podcast.
I'll probably still during the podcast.
Yeah.
I'll probably still change it during this podcast as well.
Like while I was speaking, I'll change it because I realised, I'm probably gonna get abused for doing that. So
yeah, makes you second guess it, doesn't it?
Bish, bash, bosh.
Don't know about this cloud that's
I know the Bayern Munich stadium is literally just fucking smoke.
done out, mate.
send us a link, Joe.
All right, 1 sec. If anyone's tuned in right now, my apologies.
Apologies for what?
Well, because we are actually live.
Well,
I'm just adding it to the story and
just
stuff.
gotta make sure we're.
Are the comments up, Joe? Like where the comments would be?
I'll get them on my iPad. That's what I tried doing last show. Do you know when it randomly started playing an advert? Yeah. It's because it played me.
That was the worst take from last week. That bad guy didn't have Ancelotti in the top 10 managers in the world right now.
Oh,
that is rough.
Didn't have him in the top 10.
Mate, he's got to be like top 3.
And but his reasoning wasn't even good.
No, I think his reasoning pull that right to the edge of the table and then it'll be closer to your face.
I think you should do an all-time manager.
Yeah, we probably will, but a lot of it would be exactly the same. I've sent you it. So yeah.
What, exactly the same as current?
It'd be pretty close, wouldn't it?
Well, no, because you had Wenger and you had Ferguson and you had Mourinho.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? If
Maybe
you had any ball knowledge at all.
But yeah, his reasoning was he expected Ancelotti to do well, so him doing well doesn't make him good. Like,
Class. So for him to be top 10, he's got to win the World Cup when he's not an international manager. Or something.
For him to be top 10, he can't actually be top 10.
He's got to win 7 trophies in a year.
Pep at first. I'm like, well, did you not expect Pep to do well? I was like,
no, it's come as a surprise actually.
Yeah.
Wow. Right. Well, I'm just going to go in blind. I think that's typically how you guys like to do it.
Whoa. Judge yourself, not us. Just because you don't have no shouts.
Did you send me a link?
But yes, I did on Snapchat. Anyway, boys, we are live.
Do you want to read out the starting lineup? I reckon that'd be good.
Do you want to get it up? I've got too much going on here. I don't really have a
Goodness
spare
me. Don't do a podcast if you can't multitask.
Yeah, there is many different multitask things going on right now. Is that a corner?
Champions Liga. Okay, so I believe, according to some sources, Google, we have, which one do you want? Bayern first?
Go at Bayern. What's the Bayern lineup, Frankie?
We have Neuer in net, Kimmich on the right, De Ligt and Dyer at the back. Dyer, that's crazy.
Dyer just doesn't belong in that lineup. To be fair, apparently he's actually done all right in the worst Bayern Munich team in 10 years. So
yeah, Mazraoui left back, Goretzka, Lima, CDMs, Sane, Musiala, Guerrero left mid, Harry Kane up top.
Harry Kane.
And Raya in net for Arsenal, Tomiyasu left back, Gabriel Saliba, Ben Wizzy, Declan Rice, Jorginho, Odegaard, Martinelli, Havertz, Saka.
I mean, both pretty strong lineups, but when you look at the Arsenal team, it looks a lot more dangerous, doesn't it?
Yeah, how much? This is the Arsenal team I wish we put out against Aston Villa.
But Theo, you know what I'm going to ask you. Arsenal against Bayern Munich, second leg at the Allianz. What is your score prediction for today?
I am unbelievably, this might come back to bite me, I'm far more confident in this game than I was the Aston Villa game.
So what is the score prediction?
I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal, and I think we leave it late.
Okay.
Last 15, last 10.
Why
that didn't sound unbelievably confident.
No, but I do think we're going to... No, but I do think we're going to still... Like, I'm more certain we're going to win anyway.
Okay. Why are you more certain than Villa? The Emery effect.
I don't know, it's just... Emery, like Aston Villa, the past 2 seasons have been sort of our bogey team.
Yeah, I know. 6 points off you, didn't they?
Yeah, they got 6 points off us.
The thing is, I actually think probably Aston Villa would have a good chance against Munich at the minute. Yeah. I know that sounds rogue, but I think they're really good. And then, Frankie, what's your score prediction? Bayern Munich against Arsenal?
I don't think Arsenal will win in 90 minutes.
So you're thinking extra time, maybe?
I'm thinking it's an extra timer. I think it'll be by 1 goal. A Harry Kane winner in extra time. I don't know what the score is going to be, but...
I hope not. I think I'd cry.
That's not really, it'll probably be a shithousery.
I'd be devastated.
Well. Surely no Harry Kane, surely. Now, I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal. I think they'll have it. I think maybe Bayern might grab the first goal, actually, and then Arsenal will turn it on.
I was thinking.
Yeah. But then also, if they do score the first goal, Bayern could just sit back hard because obviously they've got the away goals already.
That doesn't.
Does it not count
No,
anymore?
that's not one anymore.
Oh, is it not?
Christ, mate.
Shit.
Ball knowledge is
Jesus Christ,
horrendous,
That's
mate.
not been the case for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Cameron Stanley said yes, boys.
Yes,
The homie.
Cam. Yes, Cam.
Yes, Cam.
Good lad. Loyal.
For the last
loyal,
few that Cameron tuned
dedicated.
into, we've been more entertaining than the game. He was here for 0-0 Arsenal City, and yeah, that was rough. That was rough. But should we jump into the first debater today? And I thought we'd create an Arsenal all-time Premier League 11. I actually found this quite easy.
I found this very hard.
I feel like you're going to have some like Koscielny or something in there.
No, right. Okay, that's ridiculous.
Are we going to do, rather than listing our own, should we do like a collaborative 11 and
position
go
by position.
position
Yeah,
by
yeah.
position? Let's decide who's the.
No worries.
I agree. I think that's
most
how we do it.
deserving.
We'll all read our shout, and then we'll kind of justify and decide which one should go in the ultimate 11. Yeah. So, should we start with the goalkeeper? For me, this is simple. It's got to be Seaman.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Nice. Left back. Go on. What are you
I
going
was
to
going to
say?
say, obviously, give a shout out to Jens Lehmann because obviously invincible. And obviously, it's an Arsenal time 11, so Seaman goes in. But in terms of the best goalkeeper, is Petr Cech. But
Yeah, Petr Cech.
that's including what he did at Chelsea.
Yeah, but it's not
If
for,
it's an
not
Arsenal
for
11,
Arsenal.
then David Seaman.
Do you know what? No shout out to Szczesny.
Well, I mean, come on.
Yeah, but that was in a time period
That
I
was
like
in
to
a
forget
rough patch
about.
for
Yeah.
There's levels. And then we're going to have Rosicky in midfield as well.
Facts. Let's just jump onto left back. I thought the keeper one would be simple. Left back is simple as well.
Yeah, I'm furious to put him in. I was very tempted to put this Nigel Winterburn in, who we did.
You can't even say his name.
Nigel Winterburn?
No, I'm
the left back. Left back, I've got Cashley Cole.
Yeah, he is just ultimate, isn't he? He's the best left back the Premier League's ever seen, so you can't not put him in there. No debate for anyone else. Centre backs, boys. I think this was pretty self-explanatory as well. Frankie, who have you got?
What? Self-explanatory?
I found this very hard.
I think there's a lot of options in there. You've obviously got Sol Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
You've obviously got Tony Adams.
Yeah.
Who else? You've got a couple of options.
I mean, would you be tempted to put one of the more recent ones in?
Well, I was very, very close. I had him in until like sort of last minute. I was going to put Saliba in there.
Too early.
I think
But
in
I think
a couple,
it's too early.
I think now we've finally reached the point where we can put Van Dijk in all-time 11s, but Saliba's not.
Yeah.
We're
But
talking
definitely
about.
can be. He could be there in 3-4 years.
Yeah, 100%. It's like saying Rodri's. In fact, no, he's further behind than that because he's only had 2 years, I mean, realistically. But I mean, if he continues at the rate he's going for another 5 years, he'll be in the list. But
I think in a couple of years, Saliba will be
There's still
there.
loads of centre backs because you've got Adams, you've got Campbell, you've got Martin Keown, you've got Kolo Touré.
Yeah. I forget about Torre because he was in that Invincible squad, wasn't he? And he was very good.
So there's 4 there, and
I think
I'm not mad at any 4 of them games.
I'm personally Tony Adams and Sol Campbell.
That is mine as well.
I disagree.
Who have you got?
Tony Adams and Martin Keown.
I don't know enough about Keown to really argue the point, to be honest.
I mean, I've watched, obviously, I mean, I'm 18, born in 2006, but I've watched majority of Arsenal games since 1992 at some point. Well, that's with my dad because we'd like put odd games on, and when I watch Martin Keown, he's fast, and what I was like about him, he will kick a player.
He's got that brutality.
That's what Tony Adams
player.
does as well, though.
So for me, them two, don't go on. Sol Campbell, invincible centre back, very close third.
Sol Campbell, the ultimate slider.
But if you
Wait, so have you got, who are your two?
Tony Adams and Martin Keown.
Oh, so you've not got Sol Campbell at all?
No, but if you ask it, like I did, so when I did a bit of research and like I look at pundits and old art, like my dad as well, because he's had a season ticket for ages. They all put they all prefer Martin Keown over Sol Campbell.
All right. Well, what I'm going to suggest to you is we've both got Campbell.
I'll take defeat.
I think you pick Adams or Keown. Which one?
Adams.
All right. Well, I think it's got to be Campbell's and
Campbell and Adams.
Yeah.
Tough choice. And then right back, Dixon.
Dixon.
Yeah. Easy. So then I've gone for 3 midfielders, right?
I've done 4-4-2.
Well,
that was the invincible lineup. So.
Let's just debate how we get into it. I think one man that's obviously got to be in there, more of a defensive midfielder, is Patrick Vieira.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, undoubtedly.
Everyone's got him.
Undoubtedly.
There's literally no choice in the matter. And then my other central midfielder is Cesc Fabregas.
I completely agree. He's my favourite footballer of all time.
I think he's criminally underrated. When people are thinking about the best Premier League midfielders of all time, he rarely comes up. It's always Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes. But Fabregas, his stats were incredible throughout his career. Not just at Arsenal, at Chelsea as well, but at Arsenal when he came through, he was, 16?
Yeah, and for me, undoubtedly, he's the best Spanish player that's ever played in the Premier League.
Yeah, to be fair,
maybe David Silva. But I'd have...
Yeah, no, maybe I would agree.
Maybe
Silva. I would agree.
But I'd like Fabregas... He's my favourite player of all time. I know he went Chelsea. Lost some respect points for that, but watching him, the way he just floats with the ball, and back when because he used to be rapid as well, and he finished top scorer in the league for Arsenal in 2012, I think it was. So he's in for me.
Yeah, I'd put him in there. What formation are we doing there?
Well, I had 3 in the middle and then 3 attackers, 2 wingers and a striker.
I had 2 wingers and 2 strikers and 2 centre mids.
I did 4-4-2.
I did 4-4-2 as well.
All right, well, do you two want to give your wingers and I'll see if I agree with them then, because...
Well, who's your third midfielder?
My third, I actually had a cam/centre forward of Bergkamp.
So he's in the team. I know what you've done then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
But you two go over your wingers and then we'll see how we can make it work.
Okay, do you want to go first on me?
Robert Perez has got to be in there.
Yep, undoubtedly.
He's not in there for me.
Really?
So this is my question. I wasn't aware if Pires could play on both wings.
Left.
Just left. So on the left, I had Sanchez.
I've got him on the right.
Oh.
Because he not necessarily played it for Arsenal, but he had a bit. But for Barcelona, he played on the right.
Yeah, but this is the Arsenal 11.
Yeah, but he did play on the right. I think Pires did occasionally. Sorry.
Well, wait. Real Madrid? 1-0 to Real Madrid.
It's
a save.
Oh, terrible.
Rodrigo has scored
in.
At the Etihad. And it's 1-0 to Real Madrid.
I can see that being one of the, like a 4-4 Champions League classic that go extra time.
Yeah. I didn't even clock at first, but yeah, it's 1-0 to Real Madrid about 14, 15 minutes into the game.
Well in.
So, Frankie, what wingers have you got? Because me and Theo are making this a bit of a mess here because we've got the wrong wingers on the wrong side.
Well, I mean, I'm not even sure, like, in terms of best right wingers Arsenal have ever had. I mean, you can't if Saliba can't go in, Saka can't go in, can he?
But there's 3 options: Sanchez/Pires. I don't know if you want, but the 2 are Freddie Ljungberg.
That's who I have.
And Bukayo Saka.
Saka's not going in.
Not yet. I think it's a bit too early.
Yeah, it's too
but
early.
Freddie Ljungberg, I respect completely.
Do you know what I predict? If you do this in another 10 years, I don't think Saka will even go in. That's a bit of a wild prediction, but
I think, but Freddie Ljungberg, obviously, he is class, but I think if any out of lots of the positions that can be eclipsed, I think the right wing position is more eclipsable than perhaps other positions.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. But
you're not going to get in front. If Saka was a left winger, he'd have his work cut out for him to get above Pires.
Yeah, true.
Or to get above someone else if he was a striker, for example. But right wing, I feel like that spot could be available.
Yeah.
He could make it.
I think a big factor is if Arsenal win anything. If we win a Premier League and a Champions League.
Then it'd be different. Because as soon as you got those accolades, people look upon you differently, and just as I would. But, all right, well, why don't we go with Sanchez on the left or right and Pires on the left?
I agree with that. Once again, Freddie Ljungberg, though, I'm completely fine with.
Yeah, well, I had Ljungberg and Sanchez.
Who's better out of Sanchez or Ljungberg? Just as a player?
I think it is Ljungberg, but I have such a soft spot and I love Sanchez. For me, that's just because I loved watching him.
I think you'd probably look at it differently if when Sanchez was there, the team was better overall. Like if you picked up a league and was doing well in Europe, then he'd be looked at in a different light. I know he moved to Man United and that was probably a little bit sour as well, but he was incredible. He was the shining light in that Arsenal team.
I thought he was incredible.
Without him, Ozil isn't as good as he looked. And I reckon we'd probably have finished 6th, 7th. Them seasons, even though we managed to get top 4.
Bayern Munich in the box.
Oh, God.
And it's a corner for Bayern Munich. Still 0-0 in Arsenal against Bayern Munich and 1-0 to Real Madrid against Manchester City. And then the striker... Z. All right, well, strikers...
Yeah. Well, it was Henry and Bergkamp.
Everyone got Henry and Bergkamp.
Yeah.
I was trying so hard to find a formation and a way to get Ian Wright in.
Yeah, the thing is, Ian Wright.
Bergkamp as a 10.
I guess you can put Henry on the left and then to sneak in.
Well, and then Pires on the right, Ian Wright up top and Bergkamp, and then get rid of Sanchez.
Yeah, maybe. But
You could do that, but I'd rather have Sanchez than Ian Wright.
Nah.
I genuinely would.
That's woeful, Joe.
Nah, I genuinely would.
Woeful.
Bearing in mind, I've already got Bergkamp and Henry. With the squad I've built, I'd rather keep in Sanchez and have Bergkamp and Henry in there anyway and not have Ian Wright in there.
I think Ian Wright's grossly underrated.
Yeah.
Massively.
The fact he's being compared to Sanchez is...
Well, no, Ian Wright's quality, but it's different positions. And if I've already got Henry and Bergkamp in my team, do I really need much more in terms of a striker? Probably not.
I don't know.
If you two want to do it, we're building this team
we'll keep
together.
Sanchez in for the sake of formation, but the fact you've just said Ian Wright's worse than Sanchez.
No, I didn't say he's worse than Sanchez. I just said if I'm building an ultimate Arsenal 11, Ian Wright doesn't get in because
the reason why he doesn't get in is not because he's worse than Sanchez. It's because you lose something by putting Henry away from the.
Is that the point? Do you think Sanchez is better than Ian Wright?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
But I think I'd rather have Henry up front and Sanchez on the wing.
Yeah, right.
He's trying to dodge the abuse. That's what.
No, I'm actually not. That's what I was saying originally. In the team that I've built, the only reason Ian Wright doesn't get in.
Clip that though.
We'll clip that.
You know that I'll clip myself. I've done it before. But have you been like building the team there as we were doing it, or is that just your team?
That's mine, but like I've got edits. So do you want to do the 4-4-2 or the 4-3-3?
Do 4-4-2. That's what we've done altogether. So we all had Seaman in net.
Let me read it out.
Yeah.
So in net is David Seaman. Right back's Lee Dixon. My two centre halves are Tony Adams and Sol Campbell. Left back's Ashley Cole. On the right, we went with Alexis Sanchez. On the left is Robert Pires. Our two centre mids are Cesc Fabregas and Patrick Vieira. And our two strikers, obviously, Dennis Bergkamp and Thierry Henry.
I think that's fire.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Sorry, Ian, but I think he'll understand.
Yeah, it is a shame for Ian
I think he'd probably put them above.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
But when you're looking, obviously we mentioned Saka there and how he really needs some trophies to be put in that ilk of player.
He's won the FA Cup and Community Shield.
Oh, wow. But you know what I mean? He needs some proper trophies. Yeah. And my question to you is, obviously we spoke a little bit about the Arsenal project last time. Do you think that Arsenal need European glory?
They've just missed an absolute sit at Man City. They have it crossbar, then Bernardo Silva's missed an open net.
Let's have a look at this.
Thought, Joe.
Yeah. De Bruyne puts it across the box.
KD Bears. Oh, deflection.
That's a good handout, that.
Yeah, but then watch this. Haaland
heads it.
It's a good
crossbar, and then Bernardo Silva at the back stick just misses a tap in.
Bernardo Silva's been great this season.
He's back Bernardo to bury it as well.
And then
it's shocking.
Comes off his knee. I don't know why he's gone with his left there, not his right.
He kind of doesn't even really get it under control, does he?
Yeah.
It's criminal.
Like you'd expect better.
Someone said Theo is the best. Great ball knowledge, Theo. Scorpio, whoever that is.
Not a clue.
Have you been talking to star signs, man?
How many accounts has he got?
It's actually Theo. That's why he was on his phone.
His phone has been pinging off.
But yeah, the question I was going to ask is, do you think that this current squad of Arsenal players needs some European glory? How important is it to beat Bayern Munich today?
I don't think European glory is the one we need. I think it's English glory. Because the Invincible, like us, we've never had European glory, but I don't think that discredits Bergkamp.
No, it doesn't discredit them, but that's why the Invincibles in itself isn't the greatest ever Premier League team.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do so well in Europe.
It's one of the most impressive achievements, but doesn't mean it's the best team.
I'm going to slander Arsenal here a bit, though. Although incredible, the Invincibles, if they hadn't have gone Invincibles, lost like 2 games or 3 games, whatever, I don't think any of the players are as high up in conversations other than Henry, because he is. But I don't think other players are in as high of a conversation as other defenders are, like Sol Campbell.
I don't know, though, because as much as the Invincibles was an achievement within itself, that Arsenal squad did well for years. It's not like they just did that. There was a couple, within like a 5 or 6 year lifespan of that squad, there was a couple
of three Premier Leagues, wasn't it?
Quite early.
Oh. Arsenal with a half chance.
I hate Neuer's back. Because obviously he was injured for ages.
Yeah, Neuer's just top quality, isn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, so you'd prioritise winning a league over doing well in Europe. Let's say, would you rather win a league or win a Champions League with this current Arsenal team?
obviously a Champions League, but I think in terms of legacy, as like if you're doing a Premier League or Time 11 in 20 years, I think a player's gonna have more chance of getting in if they've won a Premier League rather than a Champions League.
Well, it's like a Stevie G argument, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Stevie G still gets in a lot of people's Premier League all-time 11s, but people often draw upon the Champions League success. But it sort of removes that doubt if you've won the Prem.
I think the way that people look at Steven Gerrard is how people will look at Harry Kane in another 10 years if he goes on to win nothing.
Oh, but he hasn't. But
no, that's what I mean.
Not won nothing though.
But then I feel like we'll get into top 10 strikers, but I feel like we would all have Harry Kane higher if he had a Premier League title.
God, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. People that
I'll be honest, I've still got him high.
Yeah, given. I've got him high.
Everyone's got him high.
You could even argue second or first if he had a Premier League title.
And a question, one that's been on everyone's minds. Does Cole Palmer start for England now?
Start on the right or in the middle?
Do you find a place for him? Bayern Munich in the box?
Oh God.
Oh, Bayern Munich about 4 inches away from putting it in the back of the net.
We're all right.
Very specific.
Good judge. Poor defending from Arsenal, really.
Would have been onside. Came deflected off Ben White.
It's a corner for Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
This is going to be a unique one because usually I'm so into the debates, but when there's 2 games going on, it's quite tough to. It's quite tough to concentrate on the debates.
I mean, let's face it, we didn't even notice when City conceded.
Yeah, true.
Well, yeah, true. Only by about 10 seconds.
Well, when you've got a team as big as Arsenal, you're just focusing on them.
Oh God.
Where were we? What was your question? Cole Palmer, does he start?
Yeah, does Cole Palmer find a place in your England starting 11 after the season
Okay,
he's had?
let's work through it in terms of who he's up again. Right. So if you play him on the right, it's between him and Saka.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have Cole Palmer or Saka?
Palmer.
Right. So, hear me out. Saka 6 months ago wasn't even a question. Saka was arguably, I'd say, out of the entire England squad and each starting 11 spot, he was probably, other than Harry Kane, the most of a shoe-in compared to anyone else. And I think now, 6 months down the line, that's massively changed. Obviously because of...
Bayern Munich ping a shot from about 30 yards out.
It's a combination of both Saka being out of form for quite a significant time and Palmer playing out of skin. But is Palmer's best position right wing?
Yeah.
Probably not. It's probably like...
Yeah, it's not.
I think Saka on the right is better than Palmer on the right, but this season Palmer's been better than Saka.
Yeah. So I think overall, no, I wouldn't start him. And I certainly wouldn't start Palmer over Foden or Bellingham in the 10.
That's what I mean.
So I think he's unfortunate that he's playing in 2 positions where we have players who are the best in that position in the world.
Would you not be tempted to put Foden on the left?
No.
Bellingham at centre mid and Palmer at attacking mid. I've seen a few people doing that now.
Yeah, but you got to be realistic.
Because Foden on the left would be better than any other left winger we've got. Yeah, I'm aware of that. But producer Harry is not
refreshing.
Yeah, I think Foden on the left does work. I mean, it's worked for City.
Yeah, but he's been better down the middle.
But yeah, he is way better in the 10. And it's funny because at the start of the season, you'd say, I mean, why would you... I mean, Foden, obviously, he needs to start, but he can't start over Bellingham. But then Bellingham sort of tailed off in his scoring back to, normal rate. And he's still playing class and he's an unbelievable midfielder.
Out of curiosity, Joe. So if you were to work it in, would you rather have, obviously, different positions, but I mean, you sort of have to have, if you have one, you can't have the other. Would you rather have Anthony Gordon playing or Cole Palmer? Because you love Anthony Gordon.
That's the thing
what,
is...
in the starting 11, Anthony Gordon in the starting 11?
Hear me out, right?
Fuck me.
No. Actually, let me explain myself. The difference is Anthony Gordon is good in a specific position. So I think if it was just on the left wing, he would be better than Palmer.
Basically, so you either have Anthony Gordon, Foden, Saka, or Foden, Palmer, Saka.
I'd go for Palmer in there. I think Palmer's a better player than Gordon, but not on the left wing. In attacking mid, yeah. Or on the right, yeah. To be honest, my debate more is I would genuinely, at this moment in time, rather start Bowen or Palmer on the right over Saka. I'm not even... Bowen has had nearly as good output in a very poor West Ham team.
He's been playing up top, though.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. His output has been incredible.
I mean, he has been... he's in better form right now than Saka. Yes, but I'd agree with that. But
why would you rather start someone that's in worse form just because they're at a bigger team?
Because the difference is that
it's reliable.
It's the 2-year thing. Like, Saka's been unbelievable for 2 or 3 years. Yeah, he's slightly out of form, but he's not Rashford out of form, is he?
No, he's not that bad.
But it's also a massive gamble because Bowen and...
Manchester City just had a fantastic shot from outside the box.
Bowen and Palmer have never really had a run in the England squad. Well, you're going to
that is one of the tough things. And with how Southgate plays, it's pointless us really having this argument because you know who's going to start. It's going to be Saka. But that doesn't particularly mean it should be.
But I do, as Frankie said, I think it's a bit unfair with the output thing because Bowen has been playing striker all season. Most of the season.
No, and I do appreciate that, but still, he's playing for West Ham, not Arsenal.
West Ham are 7th.
Yeah, but West Ham haven't been great this year. They've been tonked a bunch of times. Yeah. Bowen's been involved in something like 40% of West Ham's goals he scored or assisted in. He scored in the Europa Conference last year.
But if he's playing striker and he's playing striker unbelievably well, then shouldn't he play striker for England then? If that's
no, obviously not, because you've got Harry Kane.
Exactly.
Well, it's a different thing. But so Palmer doesn't get into either of your England starting 11s then.
I think we're close. I think not for the Euros.
I would like to add though, if we get quite far, I wouldn't be surprised if by the semi-final he might start because he had a really good group stage coming off the bench.
I think it's one of them ones where I'd be happy to start him in a Euro game. Yeah. But if you said, give me your best England team right now, Foden's in there ahead of him. Bellingham would be in there ahead of him in the 10. Saka, it's still Saka on the right. And when does Cole Palmer play on the left?
Yeah,
It's annoying because in modern football, I think we're kind of been played by the fact that so many different players can play in so many different positions. So it's like we've kind of got options that wouldn't... It's like this player can play in 4 positions, so do you squeeze him in there? But in reality, when we've got this many good players, you are kind of correct in the fact we should just be playing the better players in the...
Because we've got a wealth of options, we may as well use those options to the best of their ability.
Exactly. Because I find it a bit like... I don't know what the word is, but I'm not sure whether I agree with the fact you'd rather have Cole Palmer playing his second position over Saka, who's primarily...
I just think every time I've seen Saka play for the last 10, 15 games, he's not really shone for me. He's not looked very good. And admittedly, he's got obviously more England experience and does really well. But I think Palmer right now is absolutely on fire. He's one of the best players in the Premier League.
It's also the fit, though, and how the players interact with each other. Yeah. Does Foden and Palmer work in the same team?
Yeah.
It's also like would you have Foden, Palmer, and I don't know who else would even go like left wing if that was happening?
Anthony Gordon, Foden, Rashford if he gets taken.
There's like you know when you've got
Real Madrid in the Manchester City box.
Don't know why it's crossed that.
Terrible. But I would put Palmer in ahead of Maddison in the pecking order.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's the very next player that goes in if anything goes wrong.
It's such a shame, isn't it, when there's a player who everyone in the world's watching because they're that good and you can't squeeze him in there. It's actually annoying.
Just out of curiosity, let's say you've got 3 different timelines because obviously it can't all happen at once. So you give Bowen a go, you give Palmer a go, you give Saka, 3 different situations. At the end of the Euros, who do you think has got the most goal contributions? I think that'd be Saka.
I actually don't. I think if Bowen or Palmer started every game, I think they'd score more goals throughout the Euros than Saka. Genuinely.
But I reckon Saka would... I think Saka assist-wise as well.
Yeah, I think Saka assist-wise, and I think maybe Saka would help the team gel a little bit better.
I just think Saka's better at stretching the line more than like going in behind and stretching the defender.
I also think it's a bit unfair. I think Saka would have the most assists in the league if he didn't have Gabriel Jesus up top.
Yeah, true.
If he had Kane up top, like he will at the Euros, he's going to get so many assists.
I do agree with having Jesus up top. Arsenal, he should have done better with that, really.
It's pretty pathetic.
I think it bounced just before.
Martinelli with a shot.
That is interesting though. It really is, because I wonder with Palmer. Like, I think we're close, aren't we? He does deserve some sort of call up, like in starting 11 presence. But I mean,
definitely get taken though.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's a rough one.
Up against the big boys, aren't you?
How do you get him in there? But should we move on to another one of today's debates? And it is the best 2023/2024 transfers. So I thought we've seen the majority of the season now. You can kind of see where most teams are going to end up, and you've seen enough of the players that moved on to know how well they're doing. So we could go over and give our best transfers, effectively. Start from your worst of the best, if that makes sense.
Well,
so the one you like the least. I'll jump in first with a man who won the World Cup in the summer and got a big move to Liverpool, and that is McAllister.
Yeah. He's been unbelievable.
I think McAllister, for 35 million, is one of the best signings of the summer by a country mile. His stats are unbelievable. He's got 4 goals and 5 assists for Liverpool, but also he has played defensive mid for the majority of the season. For 16 of his appearances, he's played defensive mid. So to still have those pretty decent stats is mad. And Liverpool obviously moved on Fabinho, moved on Henderson. They needed someone to come in and fill that role. And as much as maybe Henderson wasn't an exciting player as such when he was at Liverpool, he was a very important player. And I think McAllister's come in and done it fantastically well.
Yeah. I don't think there's any arguments. And he's also playing in a position he didn't really play with for Argentina and Brighton. So he's been thrown in the deep end, playing a bit deeper.
Mm-hmm.
So, respect to him for that.
Yeah, I think he's been great. And he's only 25.
Why is he not higher?
Because the ones above him are, in my opinion, better.
How many have you got above him?
4.
Have you done like a ranking then? Because
it's not particularly a ranking. It's more just to build a bit of excitement. It's not like it's not like set in stone. But
yeah,
Frankie.
Well, I'll talk about that first of all straight away. Both these signings that I'm going to say aren't better than McAllister, but I just thought both of them started off incredibly well, and I thought they're worth points. They're both Spurs transfers.
Oh, okay. I think I've got both of these.
I mean, I think Van der Ven's got to be in there. The only thing is the injury period obviously was a bit unfortunate, but I think if he didn't have that,
what about him getting
out of the team,
absolutely spun by Isaac
if he said it before the Newcastle game,
which is another factor as well. Which is why I said he can't be. Yeah. He's not on McAllister's level of transfer. But I mean, if you said, would you rather have Eric Dyer at the back or fucking Mickey Van der Ven?
Well, no, let's be real. Van der Ven has been one of the best centre backs in the league all season. I mean, obviously it's only one season, but still, that's what we're going off, and he's been incredible. So I completely agree with that shout. He is in my list, but I just won't dive into it.
He's also only 22. He looks very comfortable on the ball for someone who's only 22.
I think when you look at the best centre backs in the league, obviously you've got your classics. I mean, both City defenders. You've obviously got Van Dijk. You've obviously got both Arsenal defenders. I think he's right up there, like just probably outside, and obviously doesn't have the longevity, but the potential is certainly that. No. Certainly very impressive.
I agree. Theo, what's a shout from you?
Worst. I'm going to give props to Pau Torres.
Okay.
From Aston Villa. He's come in and they've got this season, alongside Diego Carlos, who came in 2 seasons ago now. Pau Torres has been one of the steady, probably the most steady behind Saliba this season in the Premier League. And he's allowed Aston Villa to be a bit more comfortable going forward. Because beforehand, they had to play with a proper defence midfielder in Douglas Luiz. Now Douglas Luiz can play a bit more forward. Tielemans can now come into the lineup instead of them playing like John McGinn a bit deeper as well. And I think Pau Torres is generally just... what's happening there?
I don't know. Sorry, something's happening in the Arsenal game, but I've got no idea what's happened.
They've just got loads of stuff on the pitch.
It looked like everyone was getting a drink for some reason, but I don't know why.
I do like that ref. I think that ref's one of the best.
Yeah.
The ref last night in the Barca match was...
Oh, yeah, awful.
Yeah, he was loving that whistle, wasn't he?
I didn't even think the Araujo red was a red.
I think it was.
I think he just put his arm on him. I know it was a foul, but he didn't properly bring him down. Anyway, I completely agree with Pau Torres. I think, as you said, he's actually been one of the best centre-backs in the league this year, and it's a super smart signing from Villa.
And he's got experience under him, because he's played under him at Villarreal.
Yeah.
But it was very good value for money. I think it was quite cheap.
I respect it. Shall I jump in with the next one?
Go on.
It is an ex-Arsenal boy, and it's Granit Xhaka to Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah. Pains me.
Leverkusen, obviously, to be fair, towards the end of his Arsenal tenure under Arteta, he was looking really strong.
I really didn't want to sell him. I don't know why we sold him.
Yeah, he was a fantastic player. But I think that there was a bit of bad blood there already with him and Arsenal fans from when he swore at the fans when he was leaving the Emirates. And
I disagree. I think that all got washed away that season where we came 5th and the season where we came 2nd.
Yeah, but if you're looking at someone you need to sell as the ownership structure, you would probably look at him first after doing something like that, even if it was a little while ago. But anyway, since going to Leverkusen, Xhaka has started 98% of their league games. Do you know how mental that is?
Yeah, and so they've been undefeated.
No, I was wrong actually. He started every league game, and he's played 98% of the minutes in those league games.
That's more mental.
So for an undefeated team, I had to reread my notes. Sorry. For an undefeated team to have Granit Xhaka in the centre like that, if you'd have told me a couple of years ago that'd be the case, I wouldn't have believed you. Because there was a period where he was okay, but he wasn't amazing.
No, there was a period where he was shit.
Yeah, no, but I don't.
Oh, here we go. Lost the ball in a bad area. Oh, it's a wasteful. Never guess who lost the ball in a bad area.
Kai Havertz with a poor cross into the box for Arsenal.
Look at this.
Someone commented, a Leeds fan, do you think we're going up? Probably not, mate, no.
Yeah, probably not.
Sorry. My joy in that area has been completely killed in recent weeks, but I can pray we do.
Here he is.
If you get playoffs, you won't. But it's second, you hope.
Playoffs, we've got no chance. But yeah, Xhaka played pretty much every minute of tournament football as well. £21 million signing from Arsenal, where he was in favour. I don't really know why you sold him, to be honest, but I suppose to fund the Declan Rice transfer.
But Jorginho is not a bad replacement.
No, Jorginho is also good. Frankie, who's your next shout?
Are we doing like fun ones, or are we just doing the
throw whatever you want in,
obvious
mate.
ones?
Throw whatever you want in.
Do a fun one.
Kudos, West Ham.
Yeah, I've got him on my
I
list.
really like him. I think he's fantastic. Every time I watch West Ham, I feel like he just impacts massively. And I think a big reason why you see him bowing up top is because he's so good on the right. And, you know, obviously when Paqueta goes... I've seen Paqueta play on the left as well. I know obviously he's a number 10, but like I've seen him play as that front three is scary, mate.
It is.
Yeah.
Like that's something to build. Obviously he's probably gone in the summer as well to City, but...
I was going to say the problem with West Ham is I just don't see that front three being able to stay there for that long. People will just pick him up. It really wouldn't surprise me if Bowen gets a move in the summer, especially because he's English.
Where would Bowen go? Liverpool?
I think maybe like if Watkins got picked up, Villa might come in for him.
It's a bit of a lateral move, though. Obviously, I know Villa are better than West Ham, but
yeah,
I feel like you go to a typical
United.
Yeah, but is one of those teams going to pick him up?
I think that some of them would be improved by bringing him in.
I think it's very wise that Liverpool went in for him because Salah's not got long left.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's not a Liverpool.
Now.
I agree, but I feel like he's not a Liverpool type player.
He reeks of a United,
Chelsea.
The thing is, you say he's not a Liverpool type player. That changes next season. What is a Liverpool player? Because Klopp's not there. Because they could bring a manager in that's completely different.
Story for another day, I think.
Someone commented on our England debate that Southgate should just take Lallana for the shits and gigs.
Who?
Lallana.
Jesus Christ.
I think Southgate should just take his life, to be honest.
But no, the kudos shout is a good one, Frankie. Theo, another signing from
Let's
you.
do some fun ones, and then we'll go to the fucking obvious ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna spicy. I absolutely adore this footballer, and he got called a flop within the first day.
Oh, here we go.
Everybody terrible value for money, which it might be, but you know, if we've got money to spend. But I think this season, Kai Havertz. Oh, I love him. I love the boy.
See, I don't mind Havertz, but he's certainly not one of the best signings of the summer.
I disagree.
Do you actually disagree?
I watch Arsenal week in, week out, and there is such a difference between watching Jesus up top and Havertz up top. Watching Jesus up top, mate, it pushes me off the edge. But Havertz is that some sort of like you think, oh, right, he's got the ball now. Ooh. I'll watch Havertz and I'm like, he's not exactly a clinical. I'm not going to say he's clinical, but I have far more hope we're about to score from this chance when Havertz is involved in it than when Jesus is. So I think because signing of the season is most if it's helping a team improve. With Jesus up top, I don't think we're fighting for a title.
Yeah, no, signing of the season, I think Havertz has helped you improve, but I do think you have to take into account how much he cost and then the output. I actually like him. I don't think he's a bad signing, but I wouldn't put him in top 15.
I think turnaround of the season, definitely. I mean, like, if you looked at how he started.
He started slow.
He started slow is, that's very generous.
Yeah.
But then, this turn of the year, he's been like a massive improvement. Bit of a revelation, to be honest.
I think he's pretty good. I have no problems with him. I don't know if you boys want to go in with some more, because my remaining ones are just obvious ones.
Yeah.
I've got one more fun one. This season, you didn't seem too keen on him when we spoke about him on Sunday.
I'm not sure who you're going to say.
You didn't really give an opinion on him. You're a bit, because I'm in my underrated list. But I think one of the signings at season this year, Ross Barkley.
Yeah.
On a free.
Cannot.
Well, no, the
complain.
thing is, I'm not that keen on him because I think we were talking about him in a higher regard. But I think for a free transfer for Luton, yeah, I get it.
Revived his career massively as well.
Yeah, for a Luton signing, that is a pretty top tier signing.
I wouldn't personally, but I'm seeing England shots for him.
No chance.
I personally wouldn't. I don't think he's there yet, but
No, there's no way that Ross Barkley gets in that England team. He could set the world alight at Luton, and
There's
there's
get
no
fucking
chance.
Dele Alli back in.
Did you see the Dele Alli interview? Oh, well, we were
what
touch
did
on
he
that
say?
a little bit.
2026.
Yeah, he said he's got a reminder on his phone every day for the England 2026 squad.
Let's get a club first.
Yeah, he didn't even have a team, does he?
Is he still at Everton?
No.
Yeah,
Is
he is technically. His contract ends in the summer though, and he's been injured all year. So who's going to pick him up? Yeah. Do you know what though? Maybe he could do a Ross Barkley if he went to another one of those lower Premier League sides, and it seems like he's got his motivation.
Join Ipswich when they go up next season.
Would you have him at Leeds if Leeds get promoted?
Dele Alli, not on the wages he'll be on now.
Yeah, if he wants to get paid 40 grand a week.
Okay, forget about the wage. Just as a player.
Where would he play him?
Attacking mid.
Is it
Attacking
10?
mid. Yeah.
I'd probably rather have Rutter.
To be honest, number 10, like we've been, he's
fair,
not like a playmaker. Number
we say
10.
10.
No, he's like a.
We say 10. Ross Barkley was a 10 and he's been playing 8. And I think Dele Alli could also play 8.
Do you know what? Yeah, I would. If we were in the Prem and it was reasonable pricing, I would take Dele Alli at least.
I'd take him on a free. I wouldn't take him for reasonable pricing.
No, it's
It'd
not
be
reasonable
free.
wages. It is a
Free
free.
and then 40k wages.
You'll
max.
get
I'd
him
give
on
him a
free.
chance. I'd
Do you
give
even give him 40k when he's been injured all year this year?
30k. Then. I feel like
Getting cheaper and cheaper.
But Ross Barkley wasn't exactly doing much.
Lingard was getting 90 at Forest, wasn't he? On that?
Yeah.
Lingard's been stealing a living for years.
Apparently
They're all like the same. Ross Barkley, Lingard, and fucking Dele Alli. They're all.
It's quite funny. But,
The Iceland World Cup squad.
yeah. But injured because Lingard plays for that Japanese team now. Or is it Korean?
Yeah, Korean.
Korean. Apparently the manager
racist,
wants to get rid of him
I'm not surprised.
because he just doesn't try. Apparently.
The thing is, Lingard is just so stressful because there was that glimpse at West Ham where he looked like he could have been incredible, and then from that point, it's just been nothing.
I think it didn't help him that everybody thought he was 22 and they were like 30 at the time.
It's because he's mates with Rashford, wasn't he?
And they were doing like gang
But he
signs
was
on
actually
Snapchat.
like 5 years older than him.
He was 31 doing gang signs on Snapchat.
Yeah, what a strange dog. What a strange.
Playing
strange-
for-
We're
Fortnite.
just haters, aren't we? We're just hating.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, to be fair, I wonder if Lingard's watching this thinking these wankers. That's handball. What the hell? Arsenal with the...
But should we do the obvious ones? Let's do the obvious
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah,
Should
so...
we rank the obvious ones? Because
Well-
then it's like how
What, a top 3? each?
Shall I give my... I'll just start with the best.
Okay.
My best signing of the summer of this football season is Cole Palmer. I think, I'll be honest, and you boys can pretend you did, but no one had really heard of him up to that move. You might have heard a little summer.
fucking
Oh,
hell.
fuck
A little
off. Who do you
summer.
think? Who do you think I am?
No.
Well, I don't remember him scoring in the FA Cup for
Bro,
scored a screamer.
you
for-
might-
The FA Cup final.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Didn't
like everyday football fans. Most people didn't really know who Cole Palmer was. I said you might have heard a little summer, but you've not heard him like week in, week out.
No, I definitely knew who he was.
In comparison
Yeah, I mean-
in comparison to the other two that we're all going to say.
Yes. See now we're finally getting to the nuts and bolts, Joe. So I think with Cole.
Nuts and bolts. I don't know what the hell. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Bloody hell. Mate. Anyway, let your guest speak. So no, I think Cole Palmer, you are right. I mean, if you said, is he next to Bellingham and Rice, and is he thought of in the same breadth as those guys before this season.
There was lower expectations.
Yeah.
But they still paid a shit ton for him. 35?
50, I thought it was 50.
It's 42.
It's 42.
Yeah.
Meet
But
in the middle, mate.
that's still a lot for someone no one's ever heard of.
No, you know what I meant. I didn't mean literally no one. But I meant in comparison to the other big signings, 42 million for a kid from City that had barely played.
He was put in the same breath as like James McAtee. Like in that City youth setup, he was like with Brahim Diaz. He was with like Phil. I guess Phil Foden was a bit older than him, but it was that crowd, wasn't it? James
I do agree. I think people definitely saw Cole Palmer as less of like one of the best English prospects, like a Foden, obviously nowhere near. But I do think he got probably put more in the category of like a Ben Doak and like a McAtee.
Yeah, it's like a McAtee. Like, I remember hearing like developments in the youth setup, and like you could potentially look at Cole Palmer to get him on loan if you're a lower Premier League side and be a good option. And gone for a permanent move, and he's absolutely knocked out of the park.
But yeah, the reason he's number one for me, I think it's very obvious Chelsea have had the worst season they've pretty much ever had.
Second worst.
Yeah, but it's up there. And I think the problem with it is the performances in some of the games have been atrocious. Obviously, drawing to Sheffield United the other week in itself, they're one of the worst Premier League.
It does make sense because they drew to Burnley and Sheffield United recently, but then also just like beat City. They beat.
Yeah, they're a weird team, but in that team, Palmer's had 22 goals and 11 assists.
Oh, City with counter.
Yeah, by the way, it is half-time, Arsenal 0, Bayern Munich 0. And Manchester City have got one last attack to try and make up the lead, which they fail. So it is... Oh, is it?
I've watched 2.5 games of football with you, Joe, and I'm sorry to see Arsenal score.
It's never going to happen, mate. It's also 0-0, not 0-0, 1-0 to Real Madrid at half-time against Manchester City at the Etihad.
Yep.
Theo, any... Oh, no, we'll carry on with the transfer things, actually.
Yeah,
you two haven't...
Stop switching.
Bruv.
Right, I think here's an interesting point. Because are we doing bang for your buck? Because obviously if Cole Palmer's 40 mil, Bellingham, Rice are more than double that. Yeah. Have they done more than double the impact? Obviously not. But then when you look at free transfers in comparison to Cole Palmer...
Can I go in for one? Yeah, he's probably fourth best because we're going to go into Declan Rice and Bellingham anyway. But Harry Kane, 39 goal involvements this season. He's already broke the Bundesliga record. I know they didn't win league, but that's because it's Harry Kane and he's never going to do that in his life.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can talk about who's the best in the world. I mean, he's in the conversation. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he's not.
I'd say he's best striker in the world.
Yeah.
I mean,
is Mbappe a winger? You say because I mean Mbappe to me is the best player in the world. But
yeah,
depends if you want to. But if you want an out and out striker, overall Mbappe probably. But an out and out striker, I think Harry Kane's probably.
Yeah. So on that basis, I mean, he had an unbelievable season last year, and he's somehow exceeded that this year. I guess it's just tainted by the Bayern stuff, isn't it? I mean, if you it's any player who's at Bayern now, it doesn't matter how good you are, because they've not won the league, and that's a requirement basically.
Well, yeah, if Bayern was still firing on all cylinders and at the top of the league, Kane would be like the best player in the world right now.
Oh yeah, undoubtedly.
Yeah,
but
because
then
Kane is still firing on all cylinders. It's just the remainder that isn't.
And you'd think, where would they be at if he wasn't there?
Yeah,
true.
I also want one more just honourable mention because I think he's their best player, even better than Watkins, and that's Moussa Diaby this season because he was cheap.
Is he their best player though?
Yeah, I know it's between him and Watkins.
Like Watkins this year has just taken it up to a crazy level.
But I think Diaby behind him.
I rate Diaby. I think he's a quality player, but. Yeah, I don't know if he's better than Watkins.
Yeah,
maybe he's a better footballer, but Watkins has amazing output.
But I feel like because Diaby's been on us in the season, by the time I feel next season,
it's like saying Haaland. Haaland's obviously not the best player at City, but without Haaland, and scoring 50-odd goals, finishing off the chances that other people create, is that as important? Probably is.
This is going to sound absolutely mental. Not that they're anywhere near as good of a level, but Diaby is the De Bruyne to Haaland. Diaby's that to Watkins. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like he's assisting him and playing a lot of nice passes. Yeah, I get you. I like Diaby.
Or like the Kudus to Bowen. The reason Bowen looks so good is because Kudus has been incredible. The reason Watkins looks so good is because Diaby's been incredible.
But I also think Watkins has just been good. Like, he's just finished his dinner majority of the time this year.
But his numbers weren't as good last season. And
well, no, that's what I mean.
Diaby wasn't there.
That's why I say when he's taken it up a level, I think he's actually more clinical now than ever before.
I don't know if it's caused purely by Diaby, though.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember Diaby wasn't starting at the very beginning of the season. He's obviously become more and more prevalent, but Watkins has been class throughout the whole season.
Well, to be honest, I think when we look back at this Villa squad, because it's going to keep getting better and building, isn't it? And they're spending a bit more money. They will every year because they're all right FFP-wise. And Emery's going to keep doing a good job with these players. I think we'll look at a few players like this, like Diaby and stuff. But I think also it will come down to the system in which they're playing and is helping them all thrive together. And it is just Emery has got them playing to an elite level at the minute, which I don't think we all would have expected. Like maybe you'd expect him to be pushing top 6. But at the start of the season, would I predicted him for 4th? No.
Yeah.
So I think Emery deserves a lot of credit there. But on signings, should we go over the obvious ones?
Bellingham and Rice.
Yeah.
1 and 2.
Bellingham for Ballon d'Or?
Too early.
I will say yes. Not necessarily that he should, because that's debatable. I just think they'll give him it. I think the people that vote for it will be like, oh yeah, English, young. I think Bellingham's
It's the Madrid thing.
Yeah.
If you look at the Ballon d'Or winners across like the history, it's all Barca and Madrid players pretty much, aside from people who then went to Barca and Madrid the year after.
I don't think Mbappe will ever win the Ballon d'Or at PSG.
Not at PSG.
To be honest, he shouldn't. It doesn't matter unless he won
Wins
the
the World
Champions
Cup.
League and the World Cup at the same time. I don't think he deserves it because the French league is awful. Mbappe should not win the Ballon d'Or at PSG. It'd be pretty much a disgrace.
But then again, Messi
football.
did.
Yeah, but he also won the World Cup.
Yeah, I think if Mbappe marches France into a Euros victory, gets late into the Champions League, even if it's not winning the whole thing, he's got a very good shout.
I mean, I said this before, it depends who wins the Euros. If England win the Euros, it's Bellingham. If France win the Euros, it's Mbappe. If neither of them
I think
win
Vinicius has got a shout. I think Vinicius, but if you look at Madrid's most important players, obviously Bellingham's taking the shine because he's the new player, he's the new shiny toy and whatever, But if you look at Vinicius, the reason why they're surviving without a striker is because of both of them. And Vinicius turns up day in, day out. And
I've seen a lot of people claiming that when Mbappe, because it's agreed for him to go to Madrid at the end of the season, that when Mbappe does arrive there, it's going to be really tough to decide what position to play him and Vinicius.
I don't think it'll be a great fit between the two of them because they both occupy that left channel, don't they?
Yeah, but I do think that great players, like to that level anyway, will always find a way. I think it'll work somehow.
But Mbappe used to play the right. That's why he became Mbappe.
Yeah, Monaco.
Right.
Yeah. But do you really think he's budging for anyone? He's got the ego of like a fucking megamind, hasn't
He
he?
literally owned PSG.
I'm not going to hint at corruption here because that's a whole other thing. But in terms of the Ballon d'Or winner, I don't think Vinicius Junior will win it because he's not really got not necessarily social media, but he's named, like if you go to America, no one knows who Vinicius Junior is.
Yeah.
Whereas Bellingham, everybody knows Bellingham. So I think I think they'd rather pick players that are like medially
for marketing purposes. Yeah. Do you know what? It's very correct.
But Modric won it and he wasn't.
Yeah, but that's like the odd underdog story.
Well, he's the only person outside of Messi and Benzema, Messi and Ronaldo, other than Benzema, obviously, to win it recently.
I don't know. I just don't think Vinicius Junior. He's for me. He's just not really got the. He's not got the aura about him.
I'm obviously I agree. I think the Ballon d'Or is basically a load of shite. But what I would say is I think now Messi and Ronaldo are out of the picture of like winning those trophies. I think, I'd hope anyway that it's going to diversify who's going to be winning it.
Yeah,
a little bit more.
I'm equally as excited about the kind of new era of football and these new stars that are coming through, and kind of upset about the fact that now that Messi Ronaldo era is done, because that will forever go down, I think, as the greatest rivalry between two footballers in football history.
I think what made it better is, for some reason, there's a massive split between the old generation and the new generation. Whereas I was sort of expecting, Messi and Ronaldo would retire, but you'd still have Neymar.
Neymar's like
Suarez. Well, maybe not Suarez because he's a bit old, but there'd be a smoother transition because then it'd be Neymar's turn. But Neymar, he's a fat bastard in Saudi Arabia now.
Yeah, you'd think that Neymar'd be winning the Ballon d'Ors now. He'd have won one or two already.
It's just a massive jump because like Lewandowski,
But Lewandowski should have won it though.
Oh, he definitely
he did win it. He
won
did
it.
in COVID when they didn't do it.
That's actually not on that one. It angers me every time I think about it because he was so good, and the fact that he didn't pick it up is just a disgrace. Because then it wouldn't just be Modric outside of them two. You'd have Lewa as well, who definitely deserved it. But did we want to touch on that Declan Rice transfer as well, Theo? How good do you think that has been?
I've said this on the podcast before. We bought him for 100 million. I'd have spent 150.
Yeah, he's spent
incredible.
whatever. He's priceless. If you would sell 50% stake of Arsenal Football Club, I reckon, to get him.
Yeah, probably.
You just
yeah.
No, you would do
49%.
Yeah,
keep 51.
Keep the majority. Yeah. No, it's incredible. Like what he does. I mean, he's immediately the best player in the club. Yeah. Like, I mean, immediately.
This might be a questionable take, but I think if he stays at Arsenal for 10 years,
he's best. He should be making the 11.
No, if he stays at Arsenal for 10 years and we win a Premier League, a Champions League, I think he might be the best Arsenal midfielder. If in 10 years' time, if we look back in 10 years' time, and he's got a Premier League under his name, he's got a Champions League. I never personally saw Vieira live. Obviously, I've seen loads of matches of his. But I think it's a strong argument to say Declan Rice would be the best midfielder in Arsenal.
Do you know, I completely agree. I think if he continues on the form he's on and Arsenal manage to pick up some trophies, there's no reason it can't happen, but there's a lot of pieces that need to fall into place.
I mean, Vieira's won a bloody World Cup, hasn't he, for God's sake?
Yeah, it's coming out.
It's coming out, mate, for 16th time.
Ain't going to happen. But boys, should we jump into the big one? The halftime debate. And it is for the top 10 Premier League strikers.
Slander.
Oh, gosh.
I'm scared.
Of all time.
Prepare for the onslaught.
We'll start at number 10. Shall I go first?
Yeah.
You like me coming in at number 10 with a howler. But I don't think this one is a howler. 10th, I've got Haaland.
Same.
Really?
Same.
Not in there.
Not in your list?
No.
Anyway, Haaland already has had 56 Premier League goals, 238 career goals at just 24. Obviously won the treble, won the Golden Boot, best goals per minute in Premier League history, I think just under Aguero now. Just a little spoiler. He was above him last season, but this season hasn't done quite as well, I don't think. So I think he's dropped back under him. Anyway, Haaland in at number 10, and I think if he continues on the form he's on, I think he'll be top 3 by the time he leaves City. But I actually don't think he's the greatest footballer on this list. He's just an amazing goal scorer.
He's probably bottom.
Yeah.
But I think, can we clarify? He's had one full season and broke the record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That gets you top 10 for me.
Yeah. All right.
So 10th, I've got him 10th as well.
Frankie, who have you got 10th?
I've got Ian Wright 10th.
Yeah, he's one of my honourable mentions. So I'm not bothered about that. Very good striker.
Got Ian Wright.
He is not included in my list. Why?
I just think he gets a lot of. He's very underrated. I think looking at this list, and I think aside from the 9 players I've got above him, I think he is just unbelievable. I think he's got the pure just aura of the full package of a striker. He's got those the chips that he scores. He's got the aggression, almost like the Sunday League's elements of football that's intangible. But then I think he'd be successful in any era because I think he's very technical on the ball. I think he's an incredible striker.
Do you know? I don't mind Wright, but I don't think he's top 10 Premier League strikers of all time.
Yeah, I'd say top 15 definitely.
I think when I was looking at the honourable mentions, I mean, you could put like Jamie Vardy in there. You could put which you can put in for the moments. But if you're saying I've put football and ability as one of the factors that I've used to analyse, and obviously there's certain players on here that are nowhere near the football and ability of Ian Wright, but because they've scored more goals, because they might have more Premier League titles, that's why they've got it.
This is going to sound probably a bit mental, but if Ian Wright was in a better team, because he only won 1 league title, which was right at the end of his tenure at Arsenal in 1998. If he was at United when they won like 5 out of 6, I reckon he'd be in the top 5 strikers.
Probably, and then his stats would have been elevated.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, the Arsenal team was incredible, but they didn't win anything until 1998.
If buts and maybes, but I'll go in with my number 9. And my number 9 is Didier Drogba.
Okay.
So I got him in quite low. Drogba, 104 Premier League goals, 55 assists. So a pretty good return on both fronts. But then in his time with Chelsea, that Chelsea team was just on a different level, 24/7. It was pretty much undefeatable. It won a trophy. I think the maximum that Chelsea went for a period of about 10, 15 years was one full season without winning a trophy. They always won something every 2 years. So Drogba, 2 golden boots in the Premier League, 4 Premier League titles, 4 FA Cups, 3 League Cups and the Champions League. That is fucking crazy. Yeah. That's better than half the people above him on the list. You know
what? I see it as 2 Champions Leagues because there was
the
that
robbery.
One, the absolute disgrace.
I remember seeing Ballack chase the ref around the pitch afterwards.
I mean, I feel bad for Ballack. He never won a trophy. He never won a major trophy in his career.
Did he not?
Every time he went to like a team, he'd come second.
That is
or lose a final.
But no arguments with Drogba at 9. Theo, who have you got?
I had him at 9 as well.
I had him higher, Drogba anyway.
You have him at 9? Oh, well, that's that one covered.
Yeah. May get a stick for this one. But I actually, no, I probably won't. The only Premier League striker to win a Ballon d'Or other than Shevchenko, who's not on my list, is Michael Owen at number 9.
Yeah.
I think, because he left Liverpool quite young and then went to Real Madrid. So I think as a Premier League, and when he came back to United and Newcastle and Stoke, he wasn't. So I think number 9, I mean, if I get my stats up now, 150 goals in the Premier League. Very good return. I think number 9's safe for him. I know he won a Ballon d'Or and he's the only one there to do it, but I still don't think he's as good as the other 8 I've got above him. It's not a matter of him being 9th because he wasn't that good. It's a matter of there's 8 I think are better than him. So yeah, I think number 9's fair. I don't think I'll get 2.
Yeah, I think it's like the Ian Wright shout, isn't it? There's like 5 players that could occupy that spot. And it's sort of personal preference.
Well, my number 8. Did you want to say what else on?
I think Drogba's 9 for me. Obviously, he's had 2 golden boots, as you mentioned, 2 incredible seasons, and obviously performance in finals. I want to try remove the cup stuff and which is obviously.
Bayern Munich.
They've hit the post twice.
Bayern Munich nearly grabbing a goal there. We are underway with both games again, by the way.
With Drogba, it's tough because it's undergoing. You think about the finals, you think about turning up in big games, but particularly finals. I'm trying to focus on the Premier League, and I think there's been like 4 or 5 seasons in amongst those golden boots where he scored obviously less than 10 goals. Obviously injuries, understand it, but the consistency of getting 20 goals every season is so important to be in that top 5, top 6, and that's why I just couldn't put him any higher, personally.
I'll get into Drogba later because I've got him quite a bit higher.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it then. But at number 8, Theo, I have Michael Owen. So I hope you don't get any stick for it because I'll get slander as well. But I think just the fact he won a Ballon d'Or, people don't appreciate just how good Michael Owen was. And I think when you're talking about Premier League strikers of all time, if you had Michael Owen in his prime, fucking in that Liverpool team, he was a different type of player. The Premier League hadn't seen it before. He was young, he was quick, he was bagging goals, he was just incredible. And winning a Ballon d'Or, obviously didn't do so well with the trophies, but in the end, he got 2 golden boots. If injuries didn't stop Michael Owen, I think he'd be top 3 Premier League strikers of all time. It's the injuries that played him. Anyway, should we jump in? Number 7. Do you want to go, Theo?
Well, we've got number 8 today.
Oh, you number 8, sorry.
Our number 8 for me, I think vastly important for United when they won those like 5 out of 6 or 4 out of 5. Can't remember what it was. The second best Arsenal striker of all time.
Yes, I knew. I've got this guy as well.
Andy Cole, number 8. He played 1 game for Arsenal in 1989.
Oh right. I was gonna say someone else. I do have Andy Cole at number 7. I'd got Van Persie on there.
No, Andy Cole, 187 goals.
I think he's higher for me.
I'm not against him being higher, but I think what it is, I didn't really watch. Obviously, I didn't really watch United. This is me hearing stuff. So 187 goals, can't take it away from him. Played 1 game for Arsenal.
That breakout season for Newcastle as well.
Yeah. So I think Andy Cole. I'm not annoyed with him being higher.
I've got RVP number 8. Which what do you think? Do you think that's high? Do you know what? I'll be honest. I've got tinted glasses. I see him as a kid, and I just saw him score absolute worldies.
I'd like to clarify. He was at Arsenal for 9 years. He was injured for 7 of them.
The thing is with RVP, I think in terms of finishing ability and what he would do with any opportunity, he has kind of got to be in there. But I just can't put him in my top 10 for some reason. I just think that because he was at Arsenal for so long and didn't win as much there and ended up going to United and winning them the Premier League, I just think that, I don't know, it's a little bit tainted. I think as a footballer, yeah, but all-time Premier League, I can't.
Yeah, probably not.
I would like to make the point, though. So he was injured for 7.5 seasons at Arsenal. Had two very good seasons at Arsenal, don't get me wrong. Fucked off to United, won them a league, became shit at United after 2 seasons, left to Fenerbahce.
Yeah.
So in that, he's had 4 seasons. And he was injured for about 9 of them.
And I get that, but there's players in here that have had 4 seasons.
Yeah, but
don't get me wrong, they might have left.
Only had 4 seasons.
They might have had 4 seasons and left to do other great things.
Which I think is more of an accolade than having 4 seasons out of a 13-year Premier League career.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think he should be top 10, bro.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I can be pushed away from that.
The thing is, I don't think it's a criminal shout, but I don't think it's the best shout. So let's move on to number 7 for real this time.
Andy Cole.
You're with Andy Cole. I'm with Wayne Rooney.
That is low, mate.
Nah, hear me out. Wayne Rooney's.
Oh my God.
Wayne Rooney's drop off. Wayne Rooney's drop off was incredible. Bro wasn't even playing as a striker for. You're going to bring up his assists, etc. It's not that bad.
Yes, it is.
I really don't.
Despicable, man.
Wayne Rooney's drop off was incredible.
Can we just get that once again? Wayne Rooney's at 7.
Yeah.
Oh, man, the United fans are coming.
I will clip it up. Maybe he could be a bit higher. I considered swapping him to 6th or 5th. I think at this point it gets a little bit interchangeable. But I am sticking with the fact, towards the end of his United career, and then when he moved on from United, he was barely even playing as a striker anymore.
In his 48.
Yeah.
Bro.
30.
Yeah, he was like, this is the point.
He was like, he peaked way too early.
He was early 30s when he dropped off bad. He turned into a...
But then let's clarify, he started at 18, so that's still 12 years.
Yeah, no, I'm not...
It's like he started at 26.
Boys, this doesn't mean Rooney's bad.
It does, though.
Yeah,
Seven is crazy.
That's. I think that's like the worst take I've heard on this podcast, and I've heard a lot of bad takes.
I'm sticking by it. I think Rooney, pretty decent.
I'm gassed to hear who he's got above him.
TikTok. That's outrageous.
I don't think that reaction was called for.
I think that was a very muted reaction. Yeah. I'll be honest, I didn't actually hear him say it, and then I was like,
do you know what the thing is though? When you look at Rooney's time at United, incredible, yeah, never won a Golden Boot. So he was there for so many years. Not one season was he the best goal scorer in the Premier League.
Also didn't score 208 goals.
Bro, if we're doing the top 10 Premier League strikers of all time, he was never, at any point in his career, the best goal scorer in the Premier League.
Okay, I know we're leaving out United, but for the longest time before Kane came in, he was 2nd top scorer of all time. He was the leading goal scorer for England. I think 7 is criminal.
I get what you're saying in terms of he didn't have the Golden Boot and his goal scoring prowess.
He played number 10 at some point.
Yeah,
and near the end.
But I think that's hindering his footballing ability. I think he could play anywhere.
I think you're forgetting Skinhead Rooney existed.
No, the thing is, I feel like you're taking it as Rooney's bad. I'm not. I'm just saying, in the peak years, the players I've got above him, I think were better strikers.
For me, that's the equivalent of you saying Henry's 5th.
So you put Rooney 3rd then?
I haven't. But in terms
we'll get into it anyway. We'll continue.
I haven't put him 3rd. But
Theo, who have you got at number 7?
At number 7, I've got Luis Suarez.
Okay.
I'm not really taking... He's the one, other than Haaland, he's the one player I didn't take longevity into account. He had 4 seasons, or 3.5 seasons in Prem, 69 goals.
I've already said number 7. It's Cole, isn't it?
Yeah. So, 69 goals in 3.5 seasons. Got Golden Boot twice. 31 goals in his last season, 30 goals in the season before that. Louis, and then obviously went on to Barcelona, where he probably would have won a Ballon d'Or if Messi and Ronaldo didn't exist.
Well, Suarez is my number 6.
Yeah,
that's 7. That's fine.
Suarez 6 for me.
So Suarez is kind of in exactly the right place for all of us.
I actually had him sixth until last minute when I swapped him.
I feel like a bit of a hypocrite now because I've not got Haaland in, but I've got Suarez.
Well, no, but the thing is, obviously, Suarez was here slightly longer than Haaland's been already. But I just think Suarez was... You also, as much as it's Premier League strikers... Your brain automatically takes into account what he went on to do, and he went on to being one of the best front threes football's ever seen. So
He's probably the best striker of his generation.
Yeah. And also, he also had a very difficult position because he had to follow up from Fernando Torres, who was incredible at Liverpool, and then blew him out the park.
After that, getting signed at the same time, having to compete with the mighty Andy Carroll.
There was that game, did he get 3 or 4 goals where they were all screamers?
Best hat-trick of all time.
Yeah.
Can't remember who it was against. It was like 2 fucking 40-yard volleys.
Yeah.
So we're up to the top 5.
Well, I've got my 6th.
Sorry, go ahead.
Number 6, you guys had him way too low for me, and that's Didier Drogba. Scary striker. He was 7th until last minute when I put Suarez just below because of longevity. But not only his first stint, his second stint as well at Chelsea in 2012. Very scary striker. In my opinion, the best header the Premier League's ever seen.
Do you know, I'm not against him being that high. I think his presence in a game was always there. Like if he's on the pitch, he's one of those strikers that defenders would go, oh shit.
For me, in a final, if I have a final and I've got my entire list in, I've got to choose a striker to play in a final, I'm putting Didier Drogba in there.
Yeah, it's a shame that the Premier League doesn't have any finals.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. In terms of accountability,
that's what I mean. I obviously rate him very highly. You can't not rate him very highly. I don't know. I just for me, I don't get the consistency. Week in, week out, I reckon there was. I would have to look at the stats, but I reckon he went on some solid goal droughts for like 2-3 years.
Maybe not that excessive.
2-3 years.
Not 2-3 years. He wasn't there that long. That's his whole career.
2-3 years of like just inconsistent seasons.
Well, up and down during the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you also look at like that Chelsea team in 2005. People argue, I personally disagree, but definitely in the top 3. That 2005 Chelsea team, some people say, is the best Premier League team of all time.
Oh, it's one of.
Didier Drogba is the second main reason for that. Behind Lampard and maybe Carvalho.
Yeah, I think it's pretty justified.
I mean, they had 15 goals conceded that year.
Yeah, the defence, incredible that year. But Didier Drogba is so... If I'm a defender, I'm horrified to play against him.
Yeah, I completely agree. It'd just be a nightmare.
I'd be scared shitless.
But we are actually onto the top 5 now. So I'll be honest, this is the one, when I was making this list, I nearly swapped him for Rooney. Oh.
What's going on there?
Jesus.
Is that Gabriel nearly scoring an own goal? Yeah. And it is someone you've already said, it's Andy Cole at number 5 for me.
Okay.
The reason I'm going to justify putting people above Rooney every time now because of that reaction. Yeah. I think that he had more of a impact on Man United and was multiple times.
Wayne Rooney.
No, hear me out. As in actually getting them to win the titles, etc. Half the time, Rooney, there was a better player than him in the squad. Ronaldo, when he was there, was better than him for practically the whole time.
He was better than everyone.
Anyway, Andy Cole.
He's the best player in the world.
Andy
Cole. He did get a Ballon d'Or. So,
I'm just saying.
Second best. He was worse than Ronaldo. Not like the second best player of all time.
Andy Cole actually won a Golden Boot, which is a pretty big dub. Same amount of Premier Leagues as Rooney. So,
but then I can't justify putting Andy Cole that high because definitely the best striker in that team, but Dwight York wasn't far off. In that team, Dwight York was just as good as Andy Cole. Andy Cole just had more goals.
I don't know a whole lot about him, to be honest.
Them two up top.
York and Cole.
Them two up top.
But yeah, anyway, 5. Who have you got, Theo?
5th, I've got... This might be low, and I originally had him 3rd, but then I thought the other 4, I think, are probably better. So at 5th, I've got Sergio Aguero.
I've got Alan Shearer.
Okay.
Alan Shearer at 5.
Like I said,
I can't believe you fucking laughed at me.
No. I'm going to back it because my next 3 are so interchangeable. It's unreal.
Nah, but Shearer at 5. He's
honestly,
the best. He's got the most goals in Premier League history. How are you putting him at 5?
I know.
But if you watch him, Shearer just scored. I know that's what you want from a striker. But you know what I mean?
That's what Shearer just scored.
No, but like, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't an amazing. He's probably the worst footballer on that
but
list.
it don't matter. He was getting the ball in the net for so long. He won a Premier League with Blackburn.
Yeah, he pretty much bought the league at the time.
Still, that is mental.
But I actually wouldn't say that Blackburn season was because of primarily him.
Bruv.
No,
You can't have him at 5th, though.
I just think he's a worse footballer than the 4 people above him.
Do you not think that... Because I know...
And I think
it's recency bias as well, though.
If any of the other 3 players... All right, no. I guess there's perhaps 1 player above him, but 3 of the 4 players above him, I think, if they had the same amount of time as Shearer, would have 100 more goals than him.
I agree. Because you also got to clarify,
but they
Shearer
don't.
had a 15-year career. Prime starting striker for 15 years.
Yeah.
So that's so many more games than everybody else in this list.
Yeah, but bruv, also remember where he was starting. It wasn't at the best team in England.
But
For the majority of his career. It's like now, if the best goal scorer in the Premier League for multiple seasons was playing at Aston Villa for a decade and he was doing that season in, season out, that is mad.
I do think 5th's low.
It
But
is
I don't
low.
think it's
low.
I think Rooney at that 7th is far worse.
Bruv, Shearer has got the most goals in Premier League history. I don't know how...
Rooney had 208.
Yeah. He didn't win a Golden Boot.
I do think it's low, but I don't think it's...
It's low, but I mean, I think I can back my points for everyone above it.
I know what you mean by I don't think he was the best footballer, but I think he was the best striker.
And I know I'm sort of going against my previous point in terms of like Drogba being unbelievable in Europe and stuff. But you don't look at Shearer and go, fucking hell. He was...
Because he was at Newcastle.
The things with Shearer
And
as well.
But that's important. It is important when you can show up in against like Real Madrid and like you are like the world 11. Even like for England, obviously he was pretty good for England. But like, do you have any moments, like any moments of like, wow? Like I can pick. There's several moments here for like these players.
Yeah, but this means you've got Harry Kane above him, and Harry Kane.
So do I.
Well, yeah, but then Harry Kane's
no.
not won anything. What wow moments has Harry Kane had? He missed the penalty in the Euros. He was injured for the final.
But then you've got the footballing, like just footballing.
Yeah, but that's the same argument. If you're using that argument for Shearer and Kane, who is the most likely to catch him up in terms of goals, he has won nothing and had no big moments either. So how is he higher?
Because I think he'll be ill. If he didn't leave Bayern, he'd finish on 400 goals. Never mind 260.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the 260 thing, obviously it's amazing and that's why he's 5th. If he was on 210, he wouldn't be on the list.
I think the only reason he's the top scorer in the Premier League is because no one else has had the time to do it.
Yeah, but that's longevity. Admittedly, a lot of players go...
But if Shearer was better, he'd have moved to a better club that was outside the Prem probably.
The thing is with Shearer...
If Henry was Shearer's level, he probably wouldn't have been taken to Barca.
Maybe he didn't want to go abroad.
Well, to be fair, he got offers from United.
Yeah, but you can't use the longevity as a player against them because other players. This is why Rooney's so low for me. If he'd have carried on for another 3 years on the form he was on, he'd probably be first. But he didn't. He turned into a fat old Cam who did fuck all. Shearer continued scoring goals for the majority of his career.
Yeah, I mean it's personal preference in it. I personally think that people on this list or people watching the video probably would understand why Shearer's not the best. Do you think he's top 2 then? Top 1? Do you think he's best?
He's top 3 for me.
Top 3?
He's defo top 3.
So he's 3rd?
The thing, yeah,
I would put him first or second.
No
it's
chance.
kind of interchangeable.
No chance.
Bro, I just think if you've got the most goals in a league and you did it...
Well, then why don't we just do fucking top 10 scorers, fucking put Shearer first, then put fucking Kane second, and then just put top 10?
You might as
why
well,
don't we just
you
do
might as
that?
well just follow the list.
Why don't we just follow the
Premier
fucking
League
list
rankings.
all the way down?
Oh,
obviously
fuck off.
Bayern Munich won.
Fuck off.
Because obviously there's other factors than just how many goals you've scored in your entire career in one league.
Yeah, but bro, what you're not
How
taking...
many of the factors you're not taking into account? Footballing ability, you're not taking into account dominance.
You're not taking
dominance
into account where
period.
he was playing, though. I think that this is an important thing that you're missing. It's not like if he was playing for Man United, right, in their heyday, and he had them figures, it'd be a little bit different. But he's not. He's playing for Blackburn and Newcastle, where the squads were crap. Newcastle were a little bit better back then, but they weren't particularly good still. So the fact that he got those figures in that squad is an achievement in itself. Whereas when you have Rooney, admittedly, like Kane, not a particularly good Tottenham team a lot of the time, so that's why he's in my top 5 as well. But I think Shearer, he was doing it in awful teams.
Fuck's sake.
Good goal.
Yeah, 1-0 to Bayern Munich. Sorry, Theo.
It's fine. I said that score first.
Yeah.
Second half.
Who was it?
Dangerous
Who scored?
Kimmich.
Kimmich.
The smallest player on pitch.
I'm surprised no one's got him, you know. He's been quality for years. Anyway, let's not get off it. You number 5? Or have you give you number 5?
Let me have a look.
This is the problem.
I get my 5, but I didn't go into it. I had Aguero. 184 goals. The other 4 I just think are better. Don't get me wrong. I still think he's a very fucking good footballer. I'd say, other than Henry, who's obviously above him, he's the only one there that offers more than just goal scoring. But I just think the other 4...
I think that's low for Aguero.
I did have him 3rd, but then I just also think the other 4 are better. So...
I've personally got Aguero higher. I've got Rooney, number 4.
Oh, 4.
It's not fucking 7.
Yeah,
pal.
it's not 7. Okay.
I've got Rooney 4th. Because of, I understand your arguments. So, like, based on, I think Shearer and Rooney, it's tough because with Shearer, you've got the consistency of goals and obviously playing for a shit team. Rooney's obviously a miles better player than Rooney. Again. Oh, God. Capitulation. Wow.
Oh, my God. That went over the safety net into the crowd. Sorry.
With Rooney, you've got footballing ability. I mean, it's undeniable that he's a miles better player than Shearer. But if we're talking pure strikers, then yeah, I understand the argument. But the reason why Rooney's not higher for me is because the other 3 are just more consistent goal scorers in a shorter period. I think more devastating in front of goal with a variation of different finishes. And yeah, that's
fair enough. My number 4 is Harry Kane.
Same.
Had to get him in there somewhere. 213 Premier League goals, 46 assists as well. That partnership with Son in the last season really showed that he's not just all about scoring goals and that he has a lot to his game overall. Harry Kane at Tottenham, 3 golden boots. If it wasn't at Tottenham, he would have won something with those golden boots. It's a bit of a shame, really, because I think in my lifetime, my adult lifetime anyway, he is the best English striker I've seen on a regular basis by quite a distance.
Second.
Huh?
Second.
Who's better?
Well, I'll get into that.
Okay. So you had Kane 4th as well?
Yeah, I had Kane 4th, like I said, 230 goals. Other than Henry, he's the best on the list in terms of playmaking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just think Kane, the best of our generation, from 2015 onwards. Unbelievable striker. The only issue with him, obviously, didn't win anything. Got to slack him down for that. It's not like he couldn't have. He could have done it in 2016 when they were pushing Leicester to the edge and ended up finishing 3rd. They won a Champions League final. Kane hid the entire game.
Yeah, well, he was injured, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Was he injured in Champions
League? He came back from injury in that game. It was his first game back, so you kind of wouldn't have expected much.
And also just a cunt for playing for Tottenham. So 4th.
I've got him 3rd. I've got Kane 3rd.
No, well,
I just think in terms of what you want from a striker, he's the perfect striker. I think obviously apart from pace, I feel like devastating pace, and that's why I've got the other 2 higher. And obviously the fact he's not won anything is a massive factor. But I just think I'm just trying to be as objective as possible, and I think any team in the world would be improved by having Harry Kane.
Oh yeah, I completely agree.
And I think any team in any of those Premier League sides that he was playing against at that given time would be improved by having Kane in that team. I think pretty much across an 8-year period, he was the best striker in the league, probably.
And it was also quite a nice story of kind of coming up through the English leagues, getting a couple of loan spells, doing it in a way it's quite rare now. I feel like most of the time now you see a wonder kid and then they just get the big move and kind of train for a couple of years and then come through when they're like 20. Oh.
Also an Arsenal fan. So
Yeah, that is mad. That is mad. But
just out of curiosity, who do you think's numbers would be better at City, Haaland or Kane?
I think Kane would have an equal amount of goal-scoring contributions, but less goals. Just because he'd drop deeper, he'd get more assists, he'd involve. He'd probably the wingers would probably score more, but he wouldn't score as many as Haaland did last year. But I mean, that's fine. No one fucking has. But I mean, he's still. But like, if you said last season, it'd be an interesting remark. Obviously, Haaland probably had one of the best seasons ever, but Kane's season can't be sniffed at last year. Let's face it. In a worse side, he's got a similar amount of goal contributions, and obviously didn't win anything. But I mean,
in a very shit Tottenham team.
Terrible Tottenham team.
There was also a comment of as if you two were still arguing while Theo's dying after the Bayern Munich goal, because we were just still shouting at each other, and Theo was going, "No, for fuck's sake." We're on to the top three, boys. The top three.
I just said my top three, but yeah, the top. That's Kane's 3. Idiot, bruv.
Shit was 3.
Third for me is Aguero.
Shit was 3 for me.
I can't believe you had Aguero that low, you know. Best goals per minute in Premier League history.
Yeah, I don't know. I just look at the other 4 and I just think, because I think Kane's better than him. I think Shit was better than him.
I feel like people don't appreciate Aguero as much as they should. He was so good for City. And I know City was spending a lot of money throughout that period, but he was one of the first like marquee ones.
Back in the Kun Aguero days.
He was so good. Third, I was tempted to put him second.
I've got him second.
Yeah,
I've got him second. I'll be honest. I could be swayed here. I went with the argument. I think Kane is, probably a more complete striker than Aguero. He gets injured less than Aguero does. Obviously, that's going to be a factor against him. Probably that's probably my only qualm about Aguero. He didn't have that season where he had 30 odd goals like some people have. But when you look at scoring like 4 goals in a game, absolutely ruthlessly obliterating someone, I'm talking chips, you're talking iconic moments. He's got the most obvious iconic moment in the entire Premier League. We're doing a Premier League all-time 11. It's game, set, and match, really. You're looking at different managers that he's transcended, different styles of play. He's been incredible in every single one. I think that he was the talisman for a team that's now essentially a dynasty. We're talking about United and, Chelsea of the Abramovich era, Arsenal, obviously invincibles. You hate to say it because it's a bunch of fucking oil money, but Aguero is probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest reasons why we're talking about Man City in the way we are now.
Oh, 1,000,000%. The levels that he took them to and the trophies that he won and directed them to with his goals. If it wasn't for that, they wouldn't have been able to acquire the big players they've acquired since then. Obviously him and Pep Guardiola weren't best of friends, and that's why we've got, well, it's not why we've got Haaland in now. Aguero was on the way out anyway, but yeah, he's just got to be in there. So
what I also really appreciate about Aguero is his style of football changed drastically. Back in 2012 and QPR and everything, he was a fast-paced winger, good first touch, going behind, and then by the end, obviously, it happens with age, gets slower. He then became a clinical striker who just sits up top, a big lad.
Yeah.
Which is hard for a lot of players to just change like that.
Yeah, he put a lot of muscle on, didn't he? He was a little bit chunkier towards the end.
My 4th is obviously Kane, 3 Shearer. Like I said, Aguero, Kane and Shearer for me, any order for them. Number 2 is Wazza.
Yeah.
Wayne Rooney.
No way is he the second best Premier League striker of all time. He's not.
7th's far worse.
No way is he second though, bro.
He's somewhere in between, probably about 4th, I'd say.
Like I could accept
exactly
that. I said I considered moving him up to like 5th, but Wayne Rooney is not the second best Premier League striker of all time.
I think he is.
Fucking hell.
Once again, you're forgetting skinhead Rooney.
Rooney's not even a better striker than Aguero. Aguero was better than Rooney, and I'll back that till I die.
Nah, I think because obviously 208 goals and he had the entire playmaking side to him. I don't know. I don't think there's a better second striker of all time in Premier League history.
All right, but think about how long.
But if he's a second striker, why is he a second striker? Why can't you just be the top striker?
That's not. You can't blame someone for having a different play style.
But if we're talking about all-time Premier League strikers,
it's still a striker.
But yeah, I'm trying to be devil's advocate. I think he's still top 5, but there's a reason why you can't put him.
The thing is, when I think
top 2s to not top 5, you know what I mean?
What's worse, him being second or him being 7th?
Oh yeah, he has to be. He has to be top 5. It's unquestionable that he's top 5.
I just never seen Rooney. There was a couple seasons, I'm sure, but I never seen him. When I was growing up watching football, he was never that guy. He was always a guy, and he was always really good, top level. This isn't saying he's bad again, but he was never like the best in the Premier League. Even when Torres was at Liverpool, people were more hyped about him. Drogba, people were more hyped about him. You could even say towards the end where Rooney was becoming more of an attacking mid, you had like Diego Costa, people were more hyped about him. But I think there was always someone that was better than Suarez. There was always someone better than Rooney.
I think the reason for that, though, I think that was a time period where, since England were doing really shit, people didn't really focus on England players. So when you have a fancy little Spanish player, or it's weird because there was, I feel like English bias is more of a modern thing. Because I feel like back in like the 2000s and very early 2010s, people probably gave much more support to foreign players like your Drogba, like your Henry, and discredited a lot of English players because England was shit at the time.
Yeah, true.
So I think that's probably why Wayne Rooney didn't get mentioned as much. But I think he's the best in terms of screamers. I don't think there's anyone else in this list other than maybe Henry.
Suarez.
Yeah, but in the Premier League, I
in
think
terms
Rooney's
of volume,
done way more.
In terms of volume,
for me, the greatest bicycle kick in Premier League history.
Yeah, that is pretty fire.
Maybe Garnacho's, because that was actually
Garnacho's was better, but obviously not in the Manchester derby winner.
But I think Wayne Rooney was also consistent.
Yeah,
consistent, and he, I don't know, maybe towards the end of like in Ferguson's last final third of his tenure with that United team, other than Rooney, probably the best player United had, other than Ronaldo. Sorry, I think. I don't think it's that much of an issue in being second.
I just don't think he's second. I can appreciate. I could swap him for York and not York, Cole, and put him 5th, but I wouldn't have him top 3. I wouldn't even think about putting him top 3.
Fourth. I can empathise with both of you. I think because of I want my top 3 strikers to be pure strikers, pure finishers strikers. Which I know Wayne Rooney is a finisher, but he's cursed by having other elements of his game that are obviously making him a total footballer, which is what you're seeing. But then I think you want someone who's just a raw finisher up top. What I'd be interested to hear is, let's say if Ronaldo never went to Manchester United, would he be the person to step up and score above 25 goals multiple seasons in a row? I think he probably would, but because he was rarely called upon to be that main goal scorer. Obviously, he has been.
Just scored.
KD Biz.
1-1 at the Etihad. Kevin De Bruyne.
He's him. He is him.
Is it not a bit hypocritical, though? Because you say you like your striker to be a proper striker. Mm-hmm. Henry wasn't a number 9. And he's the number 1. He's my number 1.
He's my number 1.
Yeah. You said earlier that Shearer could have been your number 1. I was like, there's no way he's put Shearer up.
No, Shearer is second for me, though.
But Henry's more like a Ronaldo type.
Yeah, no, but like
where he's like mercurial talent.
Do you not think?
And if you like, he goes to Barca and he's amongst the stars, like best players ever, best team ever, and he doesn't look out of place. He goes to France, wins the World Cup. Like, you just can't even compare that. Yeah.
Do you not think it's more impressive with Rooney though, because he's so good at being the guy as well as also accommodating for the players to bring the best out of them. Ronaldo's not the player he is without Rooney. Ronaldo would not have done what he did at United and won a Ballon d'Or without Rooney, I don't think.
No, probably not. But would he have still...
Oh yeah, still credible as Ronaldo.
I'd like to know, on the Rooney debate, I'd like to know what his assist stats were like in the younger days when he was playing as more of a striker or as a winger sometimes. Okay. I want to know how well he did in terms of playmaking then, or was he just forced to change his ways? Because if you think about it in a logical way, right, look at how we're all talking about Harry Kane now. We've said if he comes back to the Premier, he'll probably break the record, one of the best strikers in the world to this day. When Rooney was this age, he was fucking moving down to Derby. Do you know what I'm saying, though? But when he was better younger,
we're talking about 17-year-old Rooney. I'm going to back up Rooney here. Like you're looking at Foden coming onto the scene. You're looking at, I don't know, Kobe Mainoo or whoever you want to say, someone who's like 18, 19. I don't think anyone's come onto the scene like Rooney did.
The only player who
At
is
that age.
at that age is Michael Owen. So I've seen him Ballon d'Or at 21.
Fair enough.
No one else. I do generally think the best 18-year-old of all time in the Premier League is Wayne Rooney.
In the Prem.
Unless it's Michael Richards who burst on the scene.
Not Micah Richards. But yeah, my number 2 is Shearer. I think we've argued enough about Shearer, to be honest.
I'm not mad at it because he got 260 goals. If he was, yeah.
I'll say it again. I can appreciate maybe he wasn't the best out-and-out footballer on the list. Probably maybe not even in the top 10 in terms of actual footballing skill.
Yeah. As a player.
But as a striker in the Premier League, to score that many goals for that level of team, I think he's got to be top 2, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I put him... What did I put him? 5th?
Yeah, that is
I
mad.
had him 3rd. But like I said, for me, Kane,
Aguero,
Shearer.
Henry and Rooney are all better than Shearer.
Yeah, but...
Clip it up.
I
but
do
they're not.
agree, but the 260 goals, I'm like, right, well...
But if 260 goals was 300, I'd be like, yeah.
Do you know
but
why
because
it's bollocks?
there's like people within 40 goals.
Do you know why it's bollocks, though? Because your argument for Rooney and stuff is, or at least you mentioned it, Theo, well, he helped prop up Ronaldo, he helped do this and that, he helped other players do so well at Manchester United and win so many trophies. If Shearer was at a better team and he was doing that and probably getting better players assisting him and had a couple more trophies on there, then you would definitely have him first. If he was at Man United and he had the same amount of goals and the same records, but 5 Premier Leagues and still the Golden Boot...
Arsenal. Oh, you're so fucking shit, Jesus. I despise him. I despise him.
You've been talking bad about him.
This is not what you want from your striker.
He's offside, isn't
No,
he?
he's on.
You think he's on? This is not what you want from your striker in the Premier League. It's not
Stop
even
the
a
replay.
show.
Fucking show it.
Thank fuck it's not even a replay worth showing anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Shearer
Fucking
up
cunt.
there. And then we've all got Henry at number 1.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
There's not really much discussion. He changed the way football was played in the Premier League. His skill, the amount of like finishes where it was just curled into the bottom corner from any angle, he'd just get it into the bottom corner. Henry was a crazy footballer.
This includes Ronaldo when I say this. In the Premier League, there's not been a better player who is technically as good as Thierry Henry. And in terms of just a footballer, there's no better footballer.
This is a hot take. Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, maybe for like
Yeah.
technical.
Oh, no, but I mean just as an overall maybe technical isn't the right word, but as an overall footballer.
He said technical.
Yeah.
He's missed the technical.
But in terms of like an overall footballer, that there's no player in the Premier League who's a better footballer than Thierry Henry in the Premier League. Ronaldo, yes, once he went La Liga.
Yeah, I think technically in the Premier League, Ronaldo still was very raw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
technically, I would. Yeah, I
All
agree.
time, Ronaldo, once he went La Liga, far better than Thierry Henry. But
So you're
in
saying
the Premier
that
League,
Henry is the best Premier League player ever?
yes.
Ooh.
I thought, well, who then? Ronaldo.
No, I'm not. I didn't disagree. It was more of a thought noise.
Thierry Henry is the greatest Premier League footballer of all time.
The thing is, I agree though. Ronaldo was more raw at Manchester United, and I think he hit his peak abilities when he was at Madrid.
Yeah.
And
Well,
everyone,
it's
everyone,
not an
everyone will back that. But I bet United fans that watch this will try to say, "Oh no, well, Ronaldo
He was even better at United. He actually got worse when he went to Madrid.
Yeah, but that's clearly not
Fucking
true.
bag of shite, mate.
So do you know what? Maybe I agree. Maybe Henry is the best Premier League player of all time.
Yeah.
I can't think of someone off the top of my
I
head.
don't-
who's
I
better,
don't-
so.
No, I can't. I think it's
Man
one of them.
City. Oh my
Ooh,
god.
that best technical
De
ability.
Bruyne
in
just
the
missed a
league.
very, very good chance for Manchester City. By the way, we've got about 9 minutes left of each game here.
Should we change TVs? Because obviously we know which fucking game's better.
Arsenal are bottling it against Bayern Munich again.
That is actually bad, mate. You gotta keep that low.
Yeah, a bad miss from De
Best
Bruyne.
technical ability in the Premier League history.
Did you boys have any honourable mentions for the top 10 strikers of all time?
I had a few. Hang on, let me get my notes back up.
Sorry, honourable mentions.
So I had Ian Wright, Robin van Persie, Jamie Vardy.
Do you know, I have Vardy as one of mine. I think Vardy, what he did at Leicester, it's kind of similar to the Shearer thing, winning it at Blackburn, but they actually spent a lot more on it.
I had Bergkamp, Cantona, but I classed them as centre forwards. That's why I didn't include them.
Yeah, I think Bergkamp and Cantona, especially Bergkamp is centre forward, definitely.
One I was very close to putting in over Haaland is Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Yeah, Van Nistelrooy was quality.
Yeah,
Very good striker.
You've pretty much just mentioned all of them anyway.
I mean, they are the ones, aren't they?
Is there, I don't
Missing
think
any
there's
others?
more. Diego Costa.
Les Ferdinand.
Yeah,
Ferdinand.
Diego Costa actually, in his time at Chelsea, he was
But I still,
What do you mean, nah,
I
mate?
wouldn't
It's an
put him top
honourable.
10. He's not,
As an honourable mention.
Well, he's top
20.
20. He's top 20.
Yeah, that's an honourable mention then.
No.
For me, you have 10 honourable mentions and 10. So
10 honourable mentions.
I've
10 whole honourable mentions.
We'll do a top 20 next time.
You know, mate.
Well, my point is,
We'll have 40 people. 20 honourable
as a
mentions
collective,
for the top 20.
we've literally just named 10 players.
Yeah, I think there's like
Les Ferdinand as well and Teddy Sheringham.
yeah, but he's more of a 10, isn't he? I guess
Still got like 190 goals, whatever it is.
Yeah, well, let's put Lampard in then.
What was a striker?
Well, that's what I mean. That's what you're saying.
Well, no,
You say you bring into the goal tally.
yeah, but Sheringham.
Sheringham was more of a striker than Lampard. I'll take you that. I'll give you that. I don't know. I'd say who's the closest? Who's got the best case? I think Eric Cantona's got an incredible case.
I'm going to exclude him and Bergkamp though because I see them as centre forwards.
He wasn't an out-and-out striker a lot of the
Yeah,
time.
And also kicked a fun.
Yeah, but I kind of respect that.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
I actually enjoyed that.
That's fine.
You enjoyed it.
When I first saw that when I was like 7, and I saw a guy kicked a fun.
Did he win the league
was
5 years out of 6 or something like that?
Yeah, I think he won it with Leeds and then went to Man United and then won it
Won it
again and again and again.
3 or 4 times.
But I think the best case for me is either Ian Wright or Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Well, I mean, I've got Ian Wright.
I'd have Van Nistelrooy over Wright.
Or
And
Van.
that's coming from a Leeds fan about a scum player. I would definitely have Van Nistelrooy over.
And he
But
almost stopped us
are
being
you
invincible.
giving him the kudos from saying kudos? Obviously, a very
Yeah,
good
it's
signing
trophies.
from Madrid. His
No,
work at
I wasn't
Madrid
actually.
And like
I just
Netherlands
think
and stuff.
I know Wright's amazing, but when I think of Van Nistelrooy, I more think of those couple volleys he scored, and I feel like he could score with either foot and the head, which is just as a striker, I love that. I'm trying to actually concentrate on the games a little bit more because there's 5 minutes left in each. And
I just want to get your take on Lukaku.
I mean, he's got a lot. I checked earlier. It was like 120 goals. Yeah. I mean, he's probably had a best career
And Everton.
West Brom and Everton than he has Chelsea.
Which is weird.
So he's had a better loan career than his permanent.
He did alright at United.
permanent move.
Not as well as everybody thought, but and then you've still got like
He's not even close. He's
not even top 30.
Yeah.
But you've
top
got like
50.
you've got your,
Top
like
50.
your Jermaine Defoe's and stuff like that.
I'd put
Peter Crouch,
Darren Bent and Jermaine Defoe.
Dion
above him.
Dublin.
You're not putting Darren Bent above Lukaku, bro. I'm not hearing that. Darren Bent is not a better striker than Lukaku.
That's a
You
bit of a
thought you
stretch.
could sneak that one in there.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Jermaine Defoe is better than Lukaku.
Jermaine Defoe's better. I'll go with that.
I'd say like
Jermaine Defoe is fucking
What
class.
about Peter
man.
Crouch?
What about Heskey?
No, Lukaku's
Heskey.
Heskey's
better.
underrated.
Lukaku's better than Heskey.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have Heskey in top 20.
Obviously not, but I wouldn't have Lukaku in top 20.
Yeah.
I'd put him in top 50.
Let's clarify. Honourable mentions. Oh, you got more than 10?
Yeah, but wait, as soon as you mentioned Lukaku, I was like, right, we'll stoop the standards
this is,
lower.
This is unhonourable mentions. This is just mentions, bro.
Yeah, it's just mentions. Yeah. There's no honour.
Do you remember that one Patrick Bamford season? Oh, bro.
Who else we got?
Oh, man. You know, speaking of legendary footballers, Romario is returning to play football. Did you see that today?
Yeah.
At the ripe old age of 58. Oh,
When it's
Bayern
played with
Munich
his
with a
son.
one-on-one. Yeah, Romario's returning at 58 to a Rio de Janeiro team, America RJ, at 58 to play with his son. He's the club president. He said he's not going to play in any league games, but he really just wants to play a game with his son.
Yeah, it'll be a one-game thing, right? I'm assuming.
Well, I think he'll play in a couple of cup games. He looks like he's in pretty good shape still. And I'd imagine...
It's like Ronaldo trying to play with some.
What's the second division of Brazilian football like? Do you think it's...
Well, Santos were in it quite recently.
I don't think it'll be bad, but I think it'll be like League 2 standard. And I think a 58-year-old, if he can finish still, Arsenal,
Ooh, take corner. It reminds me of you
He'll
know,
just go up top and he won't press for shit. He'll just fucking rat around.
Has that not been given as a corner?
Fucking
what?
2 times.
Maybe it already went out when he saved it.
Sure, it didn't look like it did, though. It looked like an obvious corner for Arsenal there. Let's have a look.
Yeah, came off Dyer. Came off Dyer.
Neuer's also
Neuer
saved it.
saved it
Yeah.
before it went out. That is atrocious refereeing. It seems to be the
bullshit.
case whenever Arsenal
He said
play
fucking
Bayern
2
Munich.
times. Literally 2 touches of a Bayern.
Yeah.
What's Neuer doing?
Man City in the box. Oh.
What the fuck's Neuer doing?
And it's a corner for Manchester City.
Neuer's
at Etihad.
Neuer's getting a bit fruity.
A bit fruity. Upamecano coming on for Bayern
But
Munich.
yeah, this Romario thing reminds me. You know Socrates, Brazilian. He played a game for Garfield Town once. let you guys know that.
That's a random little fact.
Yeah,
He
great
played
little
one game for
factoid.
Garfield Town in like 2005 and then died a few years later.
Fucking hell. That got dark real quick. Well, City game is still 4-4, but I think of Manchester City. No. It is a goal kick for Real Madrid. 2.5 minutes left in that one. Theo, Arsenal have fumbled it. In the space of a week, Arsenal have fumbled the league and the Champions League. How are you feeling?
Just the process.
This is what I was saying when we was in about the Arsenal project last week, and I'm like, yeah, it's all good. What did you have Arteta? 4th best manager in the world.
Yeah.
Wild.
Brad had him second.
Yeah, that's even more wild, but don't bring him into it. He's not here.
Yeah, he's not. He can't be top 5. But I mean, that's fine. I mean, you've still got Klopp, Pep, Alonso, Ancelotti. That's 4.
I had the worst take with having Alonso at 8. I do apologise. Alonso is not the 8th best manager in the world. He is top 5.
Would you rather have Inzaghi or Arteta manage your team?
Arteta.
Really?
With any other team but Arsenal, Inzaghi. Since it's Arsenal, Arteta.
Yeah, you lot are addicted to Arteta now, though, so it's a bit different.
It's like a drug.
Yeah.
You're going to get withdrawals.
Bayern Munich on a counter-attack here.
Kondeki.
Kane's got it. Plays it off.
Sane skying this. Sky it.
Pretty rubbish shot straight into Raya's hands, and Arsenal try to kick it back up the pitch quick.
Wasn't even Sane, it was Musiala.
That was it. I didn't say Sane, did I?
Yeah, I did.
Oh. It's end to end now in the Arsenal game, and City are on the attack as well. On the edge of the box with Doku. Oh, a good interception from Madrid. Looks like Madrid have been defending for their lives in the last 10 minutes of this, but they're on a counter-attack. Foul, surely? No? Mad.
Bellingham!
These reffing... Oh, yeah, it was a foul.
Yeah. 4 minutes added on for Arsenal to try and get something out of this. If you get a goal, extra time's looming.
Gonna miss me train.
Shit. Trossard on the edge of the box.
Oh, he's
offside.
He went off.
He's on another planet, mate.
I think
Dex. What a ball.
To Saka. Arsenal.
ref pushed. He's
Pushed him
been
off.
pushed
He's
there.
pushed him over.
Offside anyway. Arsenal with what will probably have been their best chance for the remainder of the game.
I said this in the Villa game. There's nothing that makes me more depressed than us needing a goal and we bring on Eddie Nketiah
Yeah, that is
in a
pretty
Champions League quarter-final or when we're about to fumble the league.
Well, I didn't even
Nketiah's the
particularly
man.
trust Nketiah to score for Leeds United in the Championship, never mind in a Champions League game against Bayern Munich.
How the fact we gave him number 14
Yeah,
after having a few good games. Bloody Reece Nelson has a few good games.
4 minutes added on in the Manchester City game as well, so
It's not your best work, Kane.
Havertz did well there.
It'll be quite funny this because I said going through would be Barca, Atletico, Arsenal, Man City. It could not be any four of them.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I'm exactly the same.
PSG have got through, Dortmund got through.
But to be honest, that would be quite fun in a weird way because it's not gone as planned, which makes the semi-finals really
I
interesting.
don't know. I predicted PSG to go through. Dortmund
I did. I
Dortmund
thought
Atletico. I think everyone would have picked Atletico.
Barca
wouldn't
practically hadn't lost since Xavi announced he was leaving, so I kind of expected them to
they?
do it.
Yeah, I just Mbappe.
I don't think Barca would have
Mbappe
lost.
didn't even play well last night, and he still scored 2.
I don't think Barca
Nice.
would have lost if obviously it happened. If Araujo
The
didn't
red
get
card, yeah, obviously it's a
And
massive.
the refereeing
thing.
throughout the game was.
Do you know, if I'm a Manchester
Awful.
City fan and we've got a win against Real Madrid and we're bringing on Doku, I'm not impressed. I think he is a donkey.
Who's he taking him?
No, he's
taking him?
already come on, but I just think he's rubbish. I don't end product wise. I don't see him scoring against
Who have
Real
they-
Madrid.
who have they got there?
If they played 500 minutes,
Who have they got going forward?
I don't
Julian
know if it
Alvarez,
was.
has he come on yet?
I don't know, but I'd rather have even Grealish playing over him, and I don't
He's
like
on pitch.
Grealish. But I'm saying they've got enough attacking options where they don't need to have Doku on. Real Madrid with a cross in the box. Well, it's looking like it's all over for Arsenal, or it will be any minute now. Bayern Munich have managed to take an actual minute and a half to take a free kick as well.
I did say this on Sunday. I feel like if this happens next season, it's a bad season.
Rodri. It's a terrible effort.
I'm more than happy to get knocked out in the quarterfinals. Next season, I want to be winning.
Wait. What do you mean you're more than happy to get knocked out in the quarterfinals?
In the grand scheme of things. Obviously, now we're in it. Yeah, fucking If we don't
No,
win
but look at how Bayern Munich have been playing this season. You should be beating them. No offence, but to say you're a point off or whatever it is, the top of the Premier League, to have this result against Bayern Munich is not good.
Yeah, but I don't know. You're making out as if Bayern are shit.
Gabriel Jesus doing a long throw-in. Well, they're not shit, but this year they have been pretty rubbish.
No, but
They're a cup team.
No,
I know.
when you look at Bayern's international pedigree, it's not even close, is it?
No.
And I'd also like to add the last 3 times we've played Bayern, we've lost 5-1.
Yeah, true.
Every single time.
This should go to at least 95.
And also, think about going, losing in the quarters. I mean, it's quite rough getting Bayern in the quarters. And then even if you were to beat them, you'd still have City or Madrid. I mean, fucking hell, mate. It's a toughie, innit? Whereas if you put Arsenal, if Arsenal lost against Atletico,
That's got to be
kick. Great area.
If Arsenal lost against Atletico, they lost against Dortment, they lost against PSG,
Why did he take that? Why did he take that
Barca.
quickly?
I don't know. We've got Conor Ryo go up there.
94th minute of 94 minutes, and Arsenal have got a corner. It's do or die.
I'm saying it now, David Raya, 95th minute winner.
Why did they take that quick?
Yeah, I have no idea why they took that quick.
To be fair,
Then again, it is against Neuer.
We don't
as well,
really
though,
score
isn't it?
free kicks.
Saka is going to whip this one in. Can Arsenal get a last-minute goal at the Allianz? It is one of the worst crosses I've ever seen, and that ends the game. He literally didn't even leave the ground. Well, Theo.
That was the deadest cross ever.
That was so
He
underwhelming.
took the free kick quickly so you couldn't get a shot off, and then took the worst corner I think I've ever seen.
Maybe he's got some bets on. Go on, Kane.
Fuck off, Harry.
After an awful season, Bayern Munich are through to the semi-final of the Champions League.
No.
Producer Harry getting a bit vexed.
Yeah. Fuck you too.
It's all right. Probably Harry hasn't changed the camera angle in 10 minutes anyway. I know you haven't because I can see it. But Manchester City have got a corner here. Are they going to grab a last-minute winner?
Should we change TV?
I will, but
We'll
I want
do
to
it,
watch the
yeah.
corner first, so then when it goes to extra time.
Just do it when it, yeah.
Yeah.
In between.
All right, boss.
At least we
Makes
can fit
sense.
the debates in though, because I want to do that keep and sell.
This is quite timely, actually. Keep
Yeah.
it sell.
Straight after you get knocked out.
Every single one of them.
Get rid of them all.
You know what? I was on Sean Jesus.
Manchester City.
Arteta, get rid.
Oh,
With all due respect, can we please turn that one off?
Theo, how do you feel after losing to Bayern Munich? For real, how are you feeling? You said at the start of this game there is no doubt in your mind. I cannot wait to make a clip after this.
You know what? The worst part is I've been on this podcast 3 times, and once again, I'm yet to see a score.
That is wild. That says a lot about Arsenal's recent form.
I think nonetheless, this is still a good season for us. You disagree?
No, I don't think it's a bad season. I just think when you're talking about Arteta being the 4th best manager in the world, he's had some of the most investment in the whole of the Premier League. He's got some of the best players by a country mile, arguably top 2 CDMs in the world right now. And out in the quarterfinals, there's 6 games left of the Premier League, and you'll probably end up finishing 5 points behind City based on current form.
Can I also clarify though? These lads, 99% of the squad, maybe Bart, Odegaard, Havertz, and Jorginho. This is their first Champions League campaign. This is good going.
I don't think losing to Bayern
I don't think it's an awful
anything
result.
to be sniffed at. And I don't think not winning the league against City is anything to be sniffed at. But yeah, it is a bit underwhelming, isn't it? But you've got time. It's just whether next season. Do you think you'll keep everyone? Everyone stays?
Producer Harry, do you want to turn the game off the screen over there, please? Just click the red cross in the top left.
You reckon the players believe in
close
Project Arteta?
Well, we can do buy, keep, sell. And I'll say with a
No, but do you think the players will want to stay?
yeah. I think every 99% of that squad is Arsenal through and through.
We have a comment from Cameron Stanley and just put, lol, that corner was dreadful.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That is Come on.
I reckon Palmer over Xhaka.
You see, this actually impacts. No. I'm actually not hearing it.
I reckon Palmer beats the first man. I reckon he might beat the second man.
Saka ain't starting for England in the Euros if it's based on anything that's happened this season.
But Southgate.
Yeah, but
This
it's
season.
wild.
No, you mean
No,
this
start of
year?
the season. The start of the season.
Saka could not score a goal until the World Cup in 3 years, and I think Southgate would still start him.
Saka could break both legs. His head could be
It's getting worse and worse.
on attached by a ligament. I reckon they'll fucking still be there on the plane. Starting.
But Theo, you're really excited to do this after watching them lose.
Sell.
Let's go in Arsenal, buy, loan, sell. A big Arsenal fan. We'll give our opinions a little bit, but I think this is mainly one for Theo. Let's start with goalkeepers. Aaron Ramsdale, buy, loan, or sell? Oh,
The issue with players like Ramsdale, I think a loan would be good, but if we loan him, he's not coming back. So a loan is a sell.
yeah.
I think we...
Buy also is keep,
Yeah,
by the way.
buy.
yeah,
that's given.
what's buy?
Well, no, because there's a few players on loan, isn't there? So it's like buy is like you keep them.
Keep, buy/keep/loan /sell.
You know what's happening.
Okay, I hope this isn't in the fucking clip.
Anyway, Aaron Ramsdale, I will sell. Love him. I think having Ramsdale in the squad makes probably puts enough pressure on David Raya. And I think for Ramsdale himself, he needs to go to like a Newcastle. I think he's better than Pope. Probably getting there, or I don't know, Aston Villa.
Is he better than Pope when Pope's fit? I'm not sure on that one.
Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Pope's also way older.
Yeah, true.
So-
No, I think
he's better on the ball, better distribution. Depends what playing style you want to play. I think
we'll go on to the next keeper anyway. Carl Heen. I don't really know who that man is.
Carl Hine. Yeah, very good number 3.
You keep him.
Keep.
Nice. David Raya.
Bye.
Yeah, make it permanent.
Yeah, I think it's weird. I think Ramsdale's better, but I'd rather have Raya. It's very weird.
Do you think Raya's just more consistent?
Yeah, Ramsdale, he can be a liability.
Fair enough.
But if you asked me at the start of the season, Ramsdale. But right now, buy Raya, sell Ramsdale.
We will go on to the defenders. First up is young Benjamin White.
Ben White,
keep.
keep.
Keep 1,000,000%.
Keep.
I was the only one who had him in my England squad.
Well, I think.
I
mean,
well, yeah,
I didn't
there's
have
no point.
Trippier. I had Ben White instead.
I mean, because of the mishap and also, I mean, he's never going to get a sniff. But I mean, cool head, unbiased head on. Like the guy needs to fucking be on the plane.
Yeah,
Next,
keep.
Gabriel.
Keep.
I'm going sell.
Nah.
Nah, hear me out. I think Saliba is much better. Gabriel, everyone's saying he's had an amazing season, but there's constantly a fuck up in him. I think if someone came in with 40, 50 million for Gabriel now after having this good a season, take it and get someone better.
Who?
There's many centre-backs out there. Bayern Munich paid, 45, 50 mil for Kim? You could get someone of that level. I think that Gabriel is overrated. He's not bad, but he's overrated. I think people hype him up and it's just because of the players around
I agree
him.
to an extent, but I think sells. I think
I'm saying for the right price.
You don't sell Gabriel.
Yeah.
You
Third
bring,
choice. If you were to
bring-
make him third choice, that's
you
unbelievable.
bring someone else in and then you go, right, fucking try to take a spot. You don't
Okay.
sell him.
Saliba,
Yeah, I think sells. Keep.
obvious. Kiwior.
Keep. This footballer, he's so young and no one speaks about him, but he is so much better than Zinchenko.
Well, we're coming on to him in a minute, but first is Tomiyasu.
Keep.
Definitely keep.
Yeah, I think.
Just
he can
good squad player.
Can play both sides. Why not?
Okay. And then your boy Zinchenko.
Sell.
Definitely sell. Not alone. Definitely sell.
Well, because the way Arsenal works, we've seen it. We're going to see it with Tierney. Every time we loan a player out who has had a stint in the first team, they never come back.
Haaland's on the bench for Alvarez for the extra time in Manchester City against Real Madrid, which is
Yeah.
a bit wild.
Don't mind it.
Timber.
Keep. I think Timber will be very good.
I think he's a good player. He's just not had a chance yet.
Yeah, did the ACL straight away.
James Sweet.
James Sweet, Youth Academy.
Don't really.
Loan or keep, I don't know.
Cedric.
What's happened here? Is Bellingham off?
Is he?
I don't know what's happening
That'd
with
be a
Bellingham.
bit
here.
dumb.
No, I think that he got elbowed in the face when I looked up for a second.
I'll say, because if anyone's going to score in the 120th minute, it's him.
But anyway, Theo, Cedric.
Cedric, nice bloke. I think he's off anyway, so sell.
Get him
Nice
out
bloke. Probably good for changing room.
of there. Rule Walters.
Well, Walters, decent centre back. Keep, I guess.
Is he quite young?
Youth Academy, he's 21. Actually, I might sell because he's towards the older side. He's like 21, 22 now.
Yeah, but that's not that. Maybe a loan.
Yeah, loan.
I think loan's right because Manchester City with the first good chance of extra time.
Like Roel Walters, sure we'll keep.
Aiden Haven, Youth Academy again, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Youth Academy keep.
Thomas Partey.
Sell.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think A, the stigma around him, but B, you've got better midfielders.
Yeah, I just like good squad player, but I still think we can get 30 million for him.
And on to the next one, which is Martin Odegaard.
Martin Odegaard, keep. Wow. Build him a statue.
Build him a statue
in a few years.
Getting knocked out of the quarters of the Champions League. Okay. Anyway, ML Smith-Rowe. This is an interesting one, actually, because, I mean, he's one of my favourite Arsenal players for scoring the goal that sent Leeds up in the Bielsa era. But is he good enough for Arsenal, really? Do you want to just hold him back, keep him on the bench forever so he never has a meaningful career?
Okay, right.
If you like him as a person, would you really do that to him? Just ruin his career.
He might get a chance.
Can I clarify? If I was manager, the only thing I don't like about this process and this project with Arteta, he's way too stubborn when it comes to players. The second someone gets injured, so this is what happened with Smith Rowe, it's happened with a few players, it's happened with Partey and some others, and Tierney especially. A player gets injured, a new player comes in, does really well. That player that got injured don't get a chance to get his. If someone's playing well, he doesn't change it.
That's it. Once it's changed, it's changed.
So Martinelli, to no fault of Smith Rowe, has just been doing so well. Even though I don't know, but Smith Rowe for me needs to start playing on the left more, and needs to start. It's a bit annoying because Martinelli's been dropped for the past 3 games, and it's been Trossard, and I get Trossard's good, but I'm like, this is a perfect time to have Smith Rowe in.
Trossard's
so for me, keep, love him, play him.
So you're going to ruin his career.
But realistically speaking, sell. Get
Where is his best position? Because like I've seen.
I think it's on the left.
Yeah, because I mean,
when he did really well two seasons ago when we came 5th, and he came out and peaked, he was on the left.
He's not getting ahead of Martinelli, is he?
Yeah, I know. So love him, would keep him if he's willing to ruin his career, but probably send him like West Ham or Aston Villa or Newcastle.
Fair enough. I'd like to see that. I think there's a player in there.
Oh, here we go. Finish.
Manchester City.
Definitely a player in there, though.
Corner for Manchester City here. They have been by far on the front foot in this bit of extra time so far.
I can't believe that. You know, KDB could have maybe touched that down. Doku, nice little incisive pass inside there.
But yeah, Smith Rowe, sell.
Okay. And then we will go on to, where am I at? Jorginho.
Keep.
Easy keep, isn't it? What a smart
I think
signing.
he wants to go back to Italy, though. But
yeah, well, you want to keep him, though, if it's up to you.
I can see it happening like Xhaka, where I really want to keep him, but I think we'll just sell him.
Wouldn't it? I'm really
Oh my God, look at that stat.
Manchester City have had 16 corners in this match, and Real Madrid have had 0, which is absolutely mental.
Imagine if you put that on a bet.
Anyway, Fabio Vieira. What do you think about him?
Sell, too weak. He's a bit like Fabio Carvalho, and I don't know, he's just too weak for the Premier League. He don't really do much. He needs to find out what his position is because he plays on the right, he plays in the midfield, and he's a bit shit both. There is a player in there. He's still young. I just think we spent 45 million on him. 40 million on him.
Was he 45 million?
He was 45 million.
That's a stinker. That's a horrible signing.
I'd say he's probably the worst signing.
Fabio Vieira for 45 million.
I mean, that's atrocious. I mean, Cole Palmer's 42, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Vieira sell, I reckon we could get 20 and make a £25 million loss.
Manchester City are absolutely stringing it about around here.
Yeah, but this is where Real
Madrid
end up scoring.
Oh, that was a terrible touch.
They're getting battered, which means Real Madrid will go in the 120th minute and Rodrigo score another header against them.
Another midfielder, Mohamed El Neni.
Oh, keep. For the vibes. I just think
he's been there for years and he's...
No, genuinely,
get him a statue.
I don't... I don't think people realise this about Oneni. He is so good for the locker room. And his wages aren't that high. And he's...
Bro, are you really just keeping someone for the locker room?
That's a big factor.
So you're selling Smith Rowe and you're keeping El Neni?
Yeah, I think I keep Oneni.
That's wild.
The best Egyptian in the league.
Well, yeah, I mean... better than him.
I'll take it the best.
And I thought he didn't realise for a second. I thought he meant, well, yeah.
Yeah, it's better than him.
I don't know how to say this guy's name. Bandero.
Youth Academy. Keep.
It's Bandera. It's an A that it ends with.
It's Bandero, though, I think.
Anyway, keep Youth Academy. Next one, Ethan Nwari.
Nwari.
Yep.
Youngest 15-year-old, youngest appearance in the Premier League history.
He's the youngest 15-year-old.
No, he was 15 when he made his debut. He's the youngest all-time Premier League appearance maker.
Yeah.
Keep. He looks very good. He's just signed a contract.
Fair. I can't really say much on the Youth Academy
He had a better bid
players.
than me at 14. So.
But it is now time for one of your Premier League signings of the season, Kai Havertz.
Keep.
And Declan Rice.
So what was your biggest sell?
Probably Smith Rowe.
Ramsdale.
Did you say keep
Zinchenko.
did you sell Jesus or keep Jesus?
We've not gone there yet.
Oh,
Well, you know what he's going to do. Kozia Dubry.
Very good winger. I really like him. Keep. Probably send him out on loan, actually.
Lewis Skelly.
Don't know, keep loan.
Loan.
Yeah, probably.
You've not loaned many of these. Bukayo Saka. Hear me out. Someone comes in the summer, 80, 90 million. What are you saying?
100.
You want 100? No one's paying 100 million for Saka, bro.
paid 100 for Grealish.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but that was just...
There's been... Gal Felix went for 115.
Yeah, but that's to Chelsea. Chelsea doesn't count.
No, that's the Barca.
Oh, no.
It was 115 at Barca.
Producer Harry, just leave it on wide and go.
They paid fucking 140
Just leave
for
it on wide
Coutinho,
and go.
mate. And paid him for winning the Champions League at Bayern.
That's still the funniest thing.
Any Bayern or Chelsea Barca or Chelsea transfer doesn't count.
Theo, it is next your favourite Arsenal player, Gabriel Jesus. Do you want to loan him, keep him, or sell him? Think about it logically.
Keep.
What?
But does not start. He's all right on the bench. Like if you're
That was what you call bench.
yeah. No, it was keep
Yeah,
loan. So there's no bench.
Oh, is it
but
no
you're not
bench?
benching player,
It's
no.
keep loan
You
sell.
got bench.
You don't know what's happened here. You haven't listened to a word
It's
of this,
keep
have you?
I
loan
don't
sell.
need to
They're the
know
options.
Arsenal
It's
though.
keep loan. Because then I'd have a lineup of 40 players right now.
And we've got a couple of attackers left.
Yeah.
Go on.
We need to buy a striker though.
Yeah, you definitely need to buy a striker. Gabriel is not the option.
I think it's a bit stretched to sell him because he's still all right. But
I think it was really smart from City actually to get as much as they did for him because they knew he wasn't an out-and-out striker and couldn't fill that role.
I think with Jesus, I want to see him play a bit deeper.
I feel like he'd do quite well on a wing. I think if you had him on the left,
No, I've seen him. No, he's not good on the
do you not?
No.
When I've seen him, he looks
Where
like
would
he's
you
got
put him?
No, generally,
just
I
on
think
the bench.
If you can't do
I'd like
10,
to see. It's going to sound mental, but I'd like to. I've never seen him do it. This could be such a hypothetical, but I'd be interested to see what he does in like an Erdegaard.
I don't know if he's good enough passer.
Real
This is a
Madrid.
goal, 100% a goal.
That is
Unbelievable
fantastic
defending
from Kyle Walker.
Kyle, he's got him on fucking toast, mate.
One of the best defenders the Prem's ever seen.
God.
He's injured Vinicius
Absolutely
Junior
shrugged the fuck out of him.
and Manchester City are on a counter-attack.
Oh,
I've always liked Kyle Walker.
I was certain that was a goal there.
Even in when he was at Tottenham, yeah?
Yeah, but no one knew him at Tottenham. Nobody knew Kyle Walker as Kyle Walker at Tottenham.
Vasquez about
City
to come on
just
for
look
Real Madrid.
cracked, don't they?
Yeah, City have absolutely smoked Madrid in this extra time period. Doku, donkeying again.
Right, who's left?
Who's left? Arsenal, a couple of attackers left. What would you do with another Gabriel Martinelli?
Keep.
Yeah, it's got to be a keep.
Keep. He's going through a bit of a rough patch, but he's still very young and he will flourish. This is a rough patch. It's not going to be the rest of his career at Arsenal.
It's just a shame
Is
that
he saying that he got fouled it?
all the Arsenal attackers are going through a rough patch.
You
at the
can't say
same
that he
time.
got fouled it unless he.
I think he pulled like he's groin or something. Oh,
think when he
he
fell,
he falls a bit. That's phenomenal
Oh.
defending.
So great strength.
Yeah, the way he falls there.
Oh yeah, no, it's all right.
Another one, Theo. Eddie and Ketia. What are you doing with Eddie?
Oh, sell. Because like I can sit here and say,
Do you know what? I'm really impressed. This is one of the first players where you've not just chose to ruin the career. You've actually sold him.
that thing is right. I can sit here and say loan him, but loan is a sell because we won't bring him back. So sell him, get 25 million for him from, I don't know, bloody Ipswich or something. I don't know, a team that'll come up.
Yeah, I suppose. Do you know, I always think Palace might go in for him.
Yeah, Palace. Even
Someone.
Leeds might. Do you reckon Leeds might?
Nah. We don't have no
Please
funds. We
don't.
just spent 60 million on Augustin, remember?
Shit.
Manchester City, ball on the edge of the box.
What an absolute. Oh,
Oh,
he's palmed that out.
awful keeping.
He's not going to do it here, is he?
Doku dinks it into the keeper's hands. I'm telling you about Doku, man. His end product is fucking shocking every time.
Yeah, I think what it was, he just had that one game when he first joined. He got
No,
four
like he
assists.
will grab the odd goal. It's like Sterling, but with less ability.
Well,
If Sterling could run.
yeah.
No, but Sterling could run when he was at City. He was quite pacey.
Yeah, with these
Yeah, no, but
dinosaur.
that's what I mean. It's like a very similar type player for me. Oh, that's a rough challenge on Bellingham. Nearly ending with the first half of extra time. Probably Harry's left. He was meant to go to the toilet. He's just gone. So we're on the wide, boys. But don't worry,
Just on the vibe.
it's all recorded anyway. Theo, you've got 2 players left. What are you going to do with Leandro Trossard?
Keep.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Clutch footballer.
You were just complaining a minute ago that Smith Rowe didn't get in over him.
Yeah, but that's because that's less against Trossard and more just for
Just
Smith Rowe.
You like Smith Rowe. And then the last player on the list, another interesting one, someone who scored 1 or 2 last-minute ones for Arsenal, Reece Nelson.
Sell, I think it's time. Because I feel like we can just get it right. We can get someone who does his job, who's a bit more experienced and a bit more. For me, Reece Nelson fits like a Bournemouth.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, very good footballer. And I think he always had it in him. But he just never got minutes. I don't think he will ever get minutes. So, sell.
Fair. So you've not sold that many players, though. Who have you sold? You sold Nelson and Ketia.
Nelson and Ketia.
Oh, what's he doing?
Nelson and
He's got
Ketia,
it.
Partey. I've sold Partey.
Oh, wow.
De Bruyne on the edge of the box for
KDB.
Manchester City.
What do you think's going to happen here, boys?
I think City are going to sneak a winner in the last couple of minutes.
I don't think he'll be in this half, though.
No, that's what I mean in the last couple of minutes of overall extra
okay.
time.
Oh, it's actually-
Did anyone predict Bayern Munich to beat Arsenal? Anyone?
Yeah, I said Bayern to win.
Did you?
What do you say?
But I said that it wouldn't happen within the
You
first
said
90
extra
minutes.
time.
I said
Yeah.
just they'd score in extra time. I didn't actually make a prediction. It was a bit of a pussy old antic for me.
Is that a corner? No?
But yeah,
Okay.
no, I've sold a fair few. I've sold Ramsdale, Zinchenko, Partey is a big one.
They're all players that you'd be like iffy at, though, wouldn't you? Jesus is a...
But I don't know, Jesus, because I feel like just on the bench, it'll be all right. But let's say we sell Jesus. So if we sell Jesus, Partey, Nelson, Nketiah, Zinchenko, Ramsdale, that's 130 million right there. 150 maybe. You know.
Someone commented on the TikTok and put, Black Hoodie doesn't have a clue.
Yeah, I saw that actually. Yeah, I read it and then just stayed silent for the next 2 minutes.
I wonder what that was
And
referring to.
someone also said, is that Joe Rodon? I'm guessing about me.
Yeah.
Because Frankie's not even
To
on
be
it.
fair, did you see that one comment that said, didn't know Harry Maguire was an Arsenal fan?
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Do you know we need to do a video reacting to some of the best comments? That'd be quite entertaining.
Just go on that Simon one way, he just got slandered.
Oh,
He'd
no,
be
that's
sat there
rough.
for days.
That's rough. Cameron Stanley said Walker going beast mode. Bro said you shall not pass. Little Lord of the Rings reference there for all the nerdy
Gandalf.
boys.
Hold tight,
Big
man,
ups to
mate.
Cameron. He's been in the chat all game.
Big ups. And apologies for this genius ball knowledge.
Oh man, I can't believe you put Rooney at second. Theo.
I can't
It's
believe Rooney at
disgraceful.
7th.
What do you reckon the worst comment we've made today?
Rooney at 7th.
I reckon Shearer at 5th is worse than Rooney at 7th.
No, I think Rooney
No,
at 7th
actually
is
think
worse.
about it logically. I know you like to try hype me up so I get a bit of hate, yeah. But admit it, Shearer at 5th, the best Premier League goal scorer of all time,
Still,
at 5th.
still,
Not
Bad.
best. Not
Still
best.
bad.
Highest.
I'd say it's a bad take. Yours is criminal. Because you guys got to remember, there's a massive difference between top 5. It's weird. The jump between 7th and 5th is mental. 7th means you were all right
No, it doesn't.
compared to the top 3.
The 7th best Premier League striker of all time is not all right.
No, but in terms of the list, he's like all right compared to Shearer, who you had second. For me, I think Rooney's better than Shearer.
The thing is,
Rooney's better than Shearer.
You said Rooney was better than Shearer.
yeah, I did say that. Fourth.
Sorry.
It was just
For
pointing
fifth.
at a bit of an angle.
All right.
No, I agree. I think he's a better footballer than Shearer.
So I think
He's a better, maybe a better
what do you
footballer, but
think's
he's
the
not a
worst
better
take?
striker.
Well, seventh. Rooney can't be seventh.
you're gonna get so slandered.
I don't
You're
give a
getting.
You're gonna get criminally
I
fucked.
don't care at all. I
You're
really
gonna get
don't.
fucking pulverised, man.
You got Shearer fifth. You're getting it as well.
Fucking bring it on, lads. I actually think do you know what? I think you should do a poll or like some sort of interactive thing. I think that the discrepancy in your comment versus my comment will be worse.
And then
That'd be quite hard to
Rooney at
pull
second.
up.
Say what was worse: Rooney at second, Shearer at fifth, or Rooney at seventh?
Yeah,
Because
well,
that's our howlers.
Yeah, yeah. Which is a worse comment?
it's a
put
tough
that.
call. What,
Put that as a short or something.
Cameron? If you're still here, which one's a worse take?
He agrees with both of them.
Cameron, what's worse, Rooney at seventh or Shearer at fifth?
Or Rooney at second.
Or Rooney at second? Rooney at that, but the
Yours,
thing
no,
is,
you don't put that because obviously it's not that. Yours is.
Rooney just isn't the second best Premier League striker of all time. I'm sorry, boys, but
There's
he's
also
not.
not six better than him.
Yes, there is. I would submit to putting him like fifth. I said I could swap him for fifth. So I could put him there, but he's definitely not top three. 1,000,000% Rooney's not top three Premier League strikers of all time. There is no chance in hell.
Who do you put above Shearer? I put
Henry,
Just on Ray.
Just on
Shearer second, yeah.
But I had Rooney and Shearer. It was very close to him and Kane are interchangeable for me. And Aguero. Them three, like I said, are all
I think if Kane had one Prem, where would he'd be higher than Shearer?
Oh, Kane would probably be
second.
second then, yeah, and Shearer would be third. I think Kane's a better footballer, but just because Shearer's got the
I
record.
disagree though, because like you said, you said Shearer could go first. I don't think anyone steps on Ray.
If Shearer didn't win a Prem, where would he be?
That was mad. I think if Shearer was at a team where he won more trophies, he'd be guaranteed first. But because he spent most of his career at Newcastle, that's why he's not everyone's first. If he had that amount of goals, bro, and he had 4 Premier Leagues and 2 FA Cups instead of 1 Premier League, would he not be higher for you?
But he didn't.
No, but this is my point. No, it's rough.
Okay, right. So if I said to you,
Yeah, but this is how you look at Kane now. We all just said if Kane had a Premier League, he'd be higher. So I'm saying if Shearer had
Yeah,
more
yeah.
titles, would he be higher?
Yeah.
It's literally the same question.
But who would be higher if Shearer didn't have the Prem and Kane didn't have the Prem? Who'd be higher?
Kane. So it works both ways.
And I understand he actually got the Prem and he should get credit for that. But
Because you know what, and I'll also say this: Shearer got the Prem with Blackburn when he probably shouldn't have won it with Blackburn. Shearer also somehow didn't win a Prem with Newcastle.
What do you mean somehow didn't win a Prem?
No, they finished second.
Yeah, the only reason that they were in second though is because he was so good.
No, so that's my point. Like, he should have won a Prem with Newcastle.
Yeah, but it's like when you say Kane should have won a Prem with Tottenham, but if it wasn't for him it was him that made it seem that they should win it. If it wasn't for him, then they would never have been in the conversation.
Yeah.
So that's how good he was.
But I don't know. Maybe you could say that about Rooney.
Cameron Stanley said Rooney at 7th, probs.
Yeah, cheers, Cam.
Worst take is no honourable mention for Patrick Bamford. I actually did mention Patrick Bamford. So
Yeah, we
you
did
ain't been
mention.
listening, Cam. De Bruyne going on a mad one here.
oh, I fucking love football.
It's good. It's been a good pair of games, to be fair. Although the Arsenal game,
Oh, it's the pinnacle of footy. This, apart from the World Cup.
Manchester City on the edge of the box with Foden.
Philly forward.
This Manchester City attack is just full of little techie ballers. Little techie step. What was that video? Anyway, Foden.
Can I get score predictions from you guys?
For this,
Right now.
Yeah.
I said.
What do you think it'll be extra?
I think City will win it in the next 10 minutes. And
I think it.
I think it goes pens 1-0.
I think it's going to finish 5-5 before penalties.
I'd like that.
I reckon Real Madrid will score first,
City.
and then
Yeah.
City will just battle them.
I think if City score first, it's done.
Yeah.
oh, definitely. You still think there's going to be 2 goals in this?
Yeah. But there was last time.
Wild.
Last time there was 3 goals in
Wild.
extra time.
There ain't no way. Real Madrid have looked knackered, mate.
Yeah, but just counter attack, man.
Real Madrid have looked knackered and Vinicius is off. I don't think that they're scoring.
Oh,
I think they might win on penalties.
here we go. City. You should never back Doku in them positions.
There's that Doku. He does really well, gets past people, and then does nothing.
He reminds me of Luis Diaz.
He reminds
Yeah, a
me
little
of
bit, actually.
He reminds me of Javinho. I used to get in he's so good at getting into good positions, then terrible after that.
Who's Arsenal's most underrated gem? You know, in that like awful Wenger era, you know, you had like Podolski, Arshavin, Javinho, Bentner.
Arshavin's up there.
Is Cazorla underrated?
No, I think most people rate him now. Most people respect him.
I feel like Cazorla's one of them players where it's underrated, but everybody thinks he's underrated, so he's not underrated.
Arteta?
Yeah.
Arteta was pretty. Rosicky?
Yeah.
Just throwing names.
Rosicky and Arshavin, definitely. Thomas Vermaelen, captain.
Yeah, he weren't bad, to be fair. He was playing
Solid
internationally as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. Bakary Sagna didn't get enough credit. I like Sagna a lot. Yeah, but Clichy, he got credit.
There's been a couple of people in the TikTok live for hours. I don't know who these people are, but one of them's been watching it for like literally the whole stream.
Get a fucking life.
Nah, don't be like that. Big ups to you, TikTok person.
I'm kidding. It's all love.
But I think Olivier Giroud, obviously.
Yeah, Giroud, but I feel like he's maybe not so underrated anymore. Most people appreciate he was a fantastic goal
No, but I feel like
now.
if he just ended his career once he left Arsenal, people wouldn't see him.
Yeah, true.
He would
Yeah,
then be underrated.
that period probably was.
What he's done afterwards has made people realise, oh, is actually right, Arsenal.
Yeah, true.
I'm trying to think who else. Come on,
Chesney? Chesney wasn't bad.
Chesney was good. I just think he had a very shit defence.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As a keeper, he was quite good.
And he deserved to move to Roman and Walcott.
Nah, Walcott's a scumbag, mate.
Why?
I don't like Walcott.
Why?
I once went to watch
I
Leeds
was named
against...
after him.
What,
Well,
Shamak?
You were named after Walcott?
No, wasn't he?
That'd have been bad.
He just peaked. He just came out when I was born.
He came out.
Like he was 16 when I was born.
Pride
That's when I
flags
was-
everywhere.
Sus.
Yeah.
Nah, Walcott dead. He were fast. That's about it. For a couple of years, he looked like he could have been something, but he never turned into it. And he once admitted to dive in to win a penalty against third division Leeds in the FA Cup. Scumbag.
Yeah, boy.
Ruined my dreams when I was a child.
And you know what? Really random one. Always liked him. Alex Song.
Yeah.
In 2010.
He went and won Champo with Barca, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? When I used to play the Wii in FIFA 10, he had a funny name.
Yo, I'm telling you, FIFA 10 Wii was elite level.
He actually was.
Do you remember? We used to play that where you could shoot from anywhere.
He's brought his fucking chain on. Carlo's got it.
Ancelotti's not happy. Don't think I've ever seen that from Premier League football.
That's a bit weird. So we've probably got about just over 10 minutes left of extra time here because Real Madrid have just took about half an hour with an injury in a chain. Not linked. Pause. Anyway, can Manchester City do anything or will Real Madrid get a sneaky one? Because from what I've seen of this, it certainly doesn't look like they deserve it, but they are on the edge of the City box.
Yeah, I don't also
Real Madrid. Oh, sure.
Two more mentions: Aaron Ramsey and Kieran Gibbs.
Not Gibbs.
You're just naming
Gibbs
the
was solid.
entire squad you had
Gibbs
during
was
that
solid.
period.
No, because I refused to mention Mertesacker and Koscielny.
Mertesacker wasn't actually bad.
Koscielny was captain.
Out of everyone
Yeah.
you've mentioned, Mertesacker and Koscielny would
No,
probably have been
but
better picks than Kieran Gibbs.
What, you think Koscielny was shocking?
No,
Well,
good,
Alright.
but I don't know. For some reason, I hated our defence.
So you think out of Arsenal players, underrated Arsenal
individually
players,
he was good, but for some reason that botline just refused to work together.
Bro, Kieran Gibbs is not up
Because you had
there.
fucking Mertesacker, mate. He's fucking treacle, mate.
Yeah,
like
but Mertesacker was actually a decent centre back. He was just slow, and everyone laughed at him on FIFA.
Yeah, like
It's like Heskey. It was like one of those things because the internet laughed at him. Everyone thought they were shit, but
You
they
were the
actually
worst
were
forward,
that
mate.
better.
If I had to watch a player go through on goal and Mertesacker was that slow, he ended up just kicking their legs and getting a red card.
Heskey 1-on-1 with Mertesacker.
Mertesacker just they'd get past him, we'd just kick him and he'd get a red card every single week.
Yeah, he seemed like a nice guy though.
Yeah,
He was built like a
don't get me
plank of
wrong.
wood.
Mertesacker, I think
He's
is
built like your dad.
a little bit actually, yeah. And my dad's probably quicker, no cap, even now at this age.
but yeah, I'll give
John 1v1 against Mertesacker, 30-metre sprint. Bring back Proddy, John.
I reckon your dad could run from Japan to Kirkstall quicker than fucking
Mertesacker would get down full pitch.
But tell you what, he's doing really. He's head of youth development now, Arsenal.
Well, I respect that from Big.
It's quite funny seeing him stand next to a 6-year-old, just 4 times the size of him.
In the other leg, PSG and Dortmund made it through. Who do you think is going to win that? Who's going to make it to the final out of PSG and Dortmund?
PSG.
Oh,
Yeah, PSG. I think.
both think PSG. Dortmund are quite tricky sometimes, though. They're a hard team to play, especially at their stadium. What's it called?
I just think Mbappe in the final. Mbappe versus
Sigurd Park. Something.
I should have not asked.
Oh, that's how you pronounce it. I can't even pronounce it.
Mbappe versus Madrid in the final.
Oh, imagine if he duppies them, wins the Champions League for PSG, then goes to Madrid.
Signal Iduna Park.
I've actually been as well. I just can't remember. City whip a corner in.
That would be tasty, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, it would.
That would be so tasty.
Although, to be honest, if Madrid make it past City here, I wouldn't see PSG beating Madrid. No faith in PSG.
I'm just certain the goal is going to be from a cross.
No way is that a foul. He just ran in front of him as he was about to boot it. What's he meant to do?
Oh, Brahim Diaz is playing. That's quite interesting. Obviously, he used to play for Man City. What I like about Man City and Real Madrid, though, is like when they have corners, they beat the first man.
Oh, that was atrocious, wasn't it? Well, Theo, why don't we do a couple minutes? Obviously, we finished the Arsenal game a little bit ago now. You've had a bit of a chance to calm down for a second. I want to know, how do you actually feel? Obviously, you're out of the Champions League now. It's a tough defeat to take against the poor Bayern Munich side. But what is your takeaway from it?
See, it's a very different answer considering we're not out of the Prem. If we still had the Prem, it's a different answer. Because you could look at, we could focus on Prem
Fucking
now.
hell, Doku. Sorry, mate.
I kind of hope City stay in the Champions League. Because then that's another fixture.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's weird. I'm for the process and I trust it. But I can see Arteta winning as a Prem. I can see him win. It's weird. I can see him winning them both, but it's going to be only one. Do you know what I mean?
Like one at a time?
Well, even then, I just think...
Or just one. He'll only win one.
In his tenure at Arsenal, he'll win... I can see him winning one of either, but I can't see him winning both. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. What do you think was the problem today against Bayern Munich? What do you think went wrong for Arsenal?
We got overrun in midfield, but they've got Kimmich, Goretzka. I'm not really... Such a different game with the goal scorer. They've got Harry Kane up front. I know he didn't really do much today, but we just need... It was a problem against Villa. It was our problem against City. We just need a goal scorer, man. It's so weird because before Arteta came, our issue was never goals. Our issue was our defence, and he's just completely flipped it.
Yeah, it is weird how it's gone.
We had Sanchez and Ozil, and then we had Aubameyang and Lacazette, and now we've got Nketiah and Jesus.
It's a rough patch to be in as well, because you've still got good attackers, but because they've been in a bit of a sour patch, if you will, it's meant that you've just not scored for a little while now.
No, we had the most goals in the league for ages. Now City have got more than us.
Yeah.
We've gotten...
Because you had that period after the New Year, didn't you, when you won like fucking...
Yeah, we won
6-0, like 3 games.
We went undefeated for 11 games. We conceded 4 goals in 11 games and scored 30. Like we were winning 6-0, 5-0.
And then it just dried up. What happened?
We beat West Ham 6-0.
Surely that's something. Has there been a major injury? Has something changed? Because it's weird to go from performing that well to just a massive drop off like this. And I do appreciate Bayern Munich are a fantastic side. Against them in the Champions League, especially given the Arsenal's past with them, it's not a guaranteed win. But it was just poor today. There was maybe 1-2 decent chances for Arsenal. Not much was created. Weren't on the front foot. It just looked like a dry performance. There was nothing exciting about it. And it was the same against Aston Villa the other day. Obviously, there was that one good chance which, was it Odegaard had? Yeah. Or Trossard? And it was
Trossard.
Trossard, and a fantastic save from Martinez. But by that, again, it just wasn't a good performance. And when you're hitting the crunch time of the season, you said after that Villa game, yeah, it's rough, but I don't see us dropping off like we did last year. Do you not think maybe this is the start of that drop-off?
Yeah, but I don't think because like I said, this happened last season. where we had drop off about this time last season. But then the following season we did really well. So I can see us dropping off, and we'll probably lose a few more games until the end of the season. But I think after that we'll be fine.
Right.
I think what we need is a new left back. He's 1 in a million, but I'd love like a Trent, an attacking threat.
Mm-hmm.
Zinchenko, he's good going forward in the sense of he's a good midfielder.
Yeah.
But he's still not going to really create chances. I want like a left back who's going to cause something, and then a striker. Give me Ollie Watkins.
Fucking hell, what's John Stones doing there?
Yeah, I think Ollie Watkins would be perfect.
Oh.
Real Madrid with a tasty-looking counter-attack here. There's only a couple minutes left of this game. He just had to get a pass off there. Just had to get a pass.
Surely not.
Real Madrid on the edge of the City box after being dominated throughout extra time. Yeah, it looked like Kovacic was fouled there by Bellingham. Bellingham and Edison having a little cuddle on the floor.
If this goes penalties, who do you think's winning?
Madrid, yeah. I think they've got...
Can you see, like...
I don't know what
I can't imagine Bellingham taking a pen for some reason.
I don't think I've ever seen him take a pen, so
Can
I
you,
agree.
like, picture him walk up to it? I can't.
I think his penalties would be like Tony. You know, he just like
What?
waits for the keeper moving and P rolls it in the bottom corner.
I thought he'd just twat it, to be honest.
Nah, I think he's too techie with it.
I don't
That's
think...
such a weird sentence, isn't it? Techie
Too
with it. I
techie
said
with it.
techie earlier and I felt like a fucking predator.
You are,
F2
mate.
freestylers.
Just a weird word.
Speaking of predators, to be fair.
Oh, God.
Have you seen a video of Jeremy Lynch when someone who was meant to be in the youth academy was sending
Oh,
City.
forget pens.
Rubbish.
Imagine if that went through his legs. Or Karius.
He's been alright. Ukrainian keeper.
Yeah, he's made a couple decent saves. Well, they've not actually been particularly... It's more just been straight at him, but he's not flapped, which is decent in itself. Bloody hell, lads. Extra time coming to a close. There's probably going to be a minute or two added on it. What the fuck? I swear he went out the box with that in his hands then.
Yeah, but I think that's a bit picky.
Oh, yeah, like was it in the Arsenal match? Who was it that had this the other
The
week?
handball.
Yeah.
Gabriel, yeah.
I thought that was...
I feel like
pretty pathetic, though,
I feel like
isn't
you're
it?
a bit of a prick ref if a keeper, his ball goes out the hand when he's kicking it, goes out the box. You can
No,
put it
no.
up for it.
I mean, I want about the fucking...
Yeah, the Gabriel one out. I think it's pathetic if you give that. I get it, but
If it's against your team, though, you want it, don't you?
yeah.
If it was the other way around, you'd be clamming for it.
But I think that's with everything you ever see. That's with every challenge ever made.
Oh, yeah, true. Doku with the ball again. 30 seconds left. Can he make something for this? He's done well, and then
It's a goal kick.
wins a goal kick for Real Madrid. Bro, do you see my point about Doku now, though? Like, he does beat... Bro, he's
I mean, he is
so
against
annoying.
Madrid, though, and they've got 10 man
No,
behind
but he
the
does
ball.
this every game. Every single game. His stats will actually be all right come the end of the season, and it'll be viewed as a pretty successful first season. But I just don't... He doesn't give me any confidence that he's actually going to do something more time.
Penos. This is what we come here for. That's what we
Yeah,
fucking come here.
Bro started doing a mating call because penalties started. Big Carlo Ancelotti,
Who the penalty takers?
master of the game. Why did
Vinny's
they
off.
even let him take the goal kick? What was the point? Yeah, Vinny's off, Haaland's off. It's a strange group of penalty takers here for both
The
teams.
thing is, I do back most of the City.
What time's your train?
11 past 11.
Oh, from Leeds.
From Headingley.
And then we're still one back to...
Yeah.
Yeah, sound.
It's just a matter of, can I get the 11 past 11?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will take 5 minutes.
That's fine. If not, just get a taxi and whilst.
Dun, 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 dun. Manchester City against Real Madrid in penalties to decide who goes on to face.
What's Edison like?
Bayern
I
Munich.
can't really remember a time Edison saved a penalty.
No, I can't, but he's that good a keeper, I suppose. You would expect him to be better than this random Ukrainian bloke.
Yeah. Find it funny how Kepa's still second choice. It's because Kepa's technically third choice.
Do you know what? The Kepa wasn't actually that bad.
The thing is, Kepa's fucking decent at saving.
Yeah, he was good at penalties.
I think Kepa was better than Eduard Mendy.
Yeah, I agree.
Although
Mendy was-
Edouard
I mean,
Mendy was the
he had
best
that one
keeper in the
season
world
for
for like
6
6
months.
months.
Yeah, it was like a 6 month period where he was just unreal. And then,
So funny.
but I think overall, I think Kepa were better.
Edouard Mendy couldn't handle the pressure at fucking Ellen Road, never mind in a big game.
What actually happened to him?
I don't know. He just turned it. I don't have an answer. He just turned awful. There was no particular moment. He was just.
It wasn't even gradual.
No, he just all of a sudden.
It wasn't gradual, but I can't think of like the defining moment that changed him either.
But it was like it got to a point where every game he was just giving the ball away for a goal. It was weird, strange. And now he's at Saudi. I mean, he's getting that bread, but.
Oh, I'm actually.
How long do you think the Saudi League lasts? How long do you think the Saudi League lasts? Like in terms of,
I think it'll last because they've got enough money to keep pumping.
no, I mean in
into
terms of like people looking at it and be like, oh, that's somewhere I want to go because everybody's going there and they're coming
Whilst
back.
the money's there.
Yeah, I think there's always going to be.
I find it quite
players
funny
there,
because obviously they get paid so much. People are going there for 6 months getting the bread and they'll be like, oh, I'm all right. I've got my 6 months wage now. That's at least 10 million.
To be honest, I never liked the idea of it from its inception, and I hope it dies down because it is literally just sports washing.
It's the fact they've got like 60,000 seat stadiums that are getting 2,000 people.
It's mental, mate. I'd rather support a League Two team than any Saudi League team.
Who's taking the pens? Bernardo's going to take one. I think
KDB.
Is KDB
Foden.
even on the pitch?
Yeah,
man?
I remember
I
he's
think
still
so.
on pitch.
Just careful you don't get the result up because we might be a minute behind. So don't tell us what happens before it happens.
It's not started yet. Yeah. De Bruyne's off, Grealish is off, Akanji's off, and Haaland's off.
So you got what? Bernardo.
So-
Foden.
She's on.
Walker will take one, won't he? Captain.
I reckon John Stones will take one.
Yeah.
Stones, Silva, Foden,
Yeah.
Rodri,
Yeah.
and
Do you think Doku steps up and misses?
No, yeah, I think I wouldn't back him for
what about
one
Julian
second.
Alvarez? Julian Alvarez.
Yeah, Alvarez should
Yeah, he'd
take
take one.
one. Yeah.
He'd be one of the first.
I like the idea of Kovacic though.
Yeah, don't mind it.
And then Real Madrid, Bellingham,
Yeah.
Rodrigo,
Valverde.
Valverde, Rodrigo's not on the
Modric
pitch. Rodrigo's not on the pitch.
Modric?
Modric is on, so
Absolutely, yes.
I reckon Brahim Diaz will take one.
Where was he before?
City.
AC Milan.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
City, then AC Milan.
Yeah, he did well
What's
at
the
AC Milan.
Diaz that's playing in England somewhere that like changed his nationality? And
Mariano Diaz.
I don't know. I think he used to be at Blackburn or something.
Brahim Diaz.
Yeah.
No, sorry, no.
I think I'm thinking of him now.
No, he's the one that is playing now.
What's he called?
Ben
Ben
Brereton.
Brereton.
Yeah.
Yeah, who was English and then added the Brereton to his name and became Chile.
Do you know what? I respect that.
He only added that back into his name when
Manchester City penalties. Come on, boys. Who's going to win the penalties? Frankie, who's winning?
Madrid, probably.
Theo.
Man City.
I'm saying Madrid.
I do want City to win, though. I don't know why.
I want Madrid to win. I'm backing Madrid for the penalties.
Do you know what?
I'm bored of City.
I want City to get the double because then it don't look as bad in Arsenal bottling.
Nah,
Do you know what
that's,
I mean?
nah, that's long, mate.
I think I want
That's
City.
such a bad way to
I
look
want
at
I want
things.
City to win because imagine Madrid winning the Champions League and then getting Mbappe after. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just like fucking hell, mate. And I just hate Madrid. I just hate how good they
Yeah,
are.
I don't like.
I don't
like
want to
Madrid,
hate
but-
City, but like quite like the players.
No,
I
I
just don't
actually-
like the club.
Well, to be honest, I want neither of them to win it. I'd love Dortmund to win it.
I much prefer Barcelona to Real Madrid, but I also prefer Real Madrid to Manchester City.
Like in your perfect situation, who would you rather win? PSG.
Or Dortmund, 1,000,000%. If you-
Dortmund.
Say who?
So it's PSG, Dortmund, Bayern, or one of these two.
Dortmund, obviously.
Dortmund,
everyone's
yeah.
picking Dortmund, but
I wouldn't
Well,
even say no to Bayern. Oh, well, no.
I'd rather-
Kate's
I'd-
playing. No, I would say no to Bayern.
no, I'd rather Bayern win it than any of the other ones. To be
Dortmund
honest,
though.
but-
I just don't want PSG because it's funny they've never won it.
Alvarez 100% scores here.
Well, my pick was either Alvarez penalty,
Good
tucks
pen.
it away.
Very good pen.
Yeah.
World Cup winner, don't miss in them situations.
And you said he'd be up first as well. Makes sense.
Yeah. Striker.
Who's going to be first for Real
Star
Madrid?
boy.
Jude.
Nah. I think Modric.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Modric.
Mate, I'm fucking bang on
Ball knowledge.
He's looking old now, isn't he?
Should we guess who's gonna take the? I reckon.
I reckon Vasquez next.
All right. Yeah. I thought we were gonna do City next.
Yeah, I thought. So.
Oh yes, it yes. Right, yeah.
Modric
I
steps
think
up,
he maybe.
and it's
Yeah.
saved.
Yeah.
Is he off his line?
I think he maybe would have missed that.
Edison saves Real Madrid's first penalty. Modric with the
It's a
miss.
Poor pen.
I said City will win. Right, is your prediction?
I think it's going to be Rodri.
I'm saying Walker.
Which was my guess. I'm saying John Stones.
I'm 2 for 2 at the minute.
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, Fairs.
None of us.
Fairs. I think he may miss this, you know. Don't know why. Really don't know why. I can just picture his sad little face.
Sad little after sad little Modric misses, you're saying sad little Bernardo's.
I think he's just I can see his face squirm. I've got a vision.
Who's the better footballer, Modric or Silva?
Modric.
Right now, Silva, but overall
Modric is, other than Xavi and Iniesta, I think probably the third best midfielder of his generation.
I think someone just sent us a gift on TikTok.
What do you think about that? What Modric's legacy?
I didn't even know I could do that.
De Bruyne.
Oh my God, an absolutely horrible penalty from Bernardo Silva.
Hey, I've been on fire!
In the quarterfinals,
So
look at this penalty.
Yeah. No, he's not
That is
Panenka it.
atrocious.
What a muppet. He's not Panenka early.
Modric has got away with one there.
Oh my God, mate. What the fuck is that?
That is a true.
Bellingham.
Bellingham!
Didn't you say Bellingham?
I didn't have a time to put a guess in. I'll be honest.
Jesus, that's bad. Bellingham steps up for Real Madrid.
He's gonna score.
We want it. I want
him to score.
Go on, Jude.
I want him to score.
Go on, Jude.
Look at him, the way he stood up.
Confidence, man.
Bottom right.
I told you. Did I
Bellingham goal.
not say he'd wait for the keeper to dive and P roll it in?
Come on, Real Madrid.
I'd said he'd do that.
He looked so confident there.
I knew he'd wait for the keeper to dive. Waits. Picks.
Yeah, it didn't really dive.
Yeah.
Kinda, maybe.
Well in Jude.
Yeah, what a storm
Kovacic,
of a
I
season
thought
Bellingham's
Kovacic would
had.
take one.
Oh, this could go anywhere.
This is going to be a top fucking. This is one of the best penalties, I reckon.
Kovacic steps up for Manchester City.
I think it's bottom left side now.
Top corner, I reckon.
Bro's taking these predictions too far.
Top right.
And it's saved.
Mate, Madrid.
Ooh.
Oh my God. I want Madrid to go through, but
bottled it there. Absolute bottled it.
that
there.
penalty,
Shit pen.
that wasn't as bad as Silva's though.
Silver's was atrocious.
Like that's not that bad.
It's
It's
terrible.
not good either, but I've seen worse.
I don't know how
Literally 2 minutes ago.
But I find as a keeper, I think they're the easiest penalties to save.
It's looking like both English teams might be getting knocked out of the Champions League here.
See that
Is that
coefficient?
Vasquez?
So Real Madrid to take the lead.
I knew
Lucas.
Lucas Vasquez would take one.
Vasquez scores this 100 times.
Yeah,
on,
this is just going to be one of them pens that's just
He's
like...
skying it.
just a
Too much
standard
pressure.
pen.
He's skying it.
No chance, mate.
This is just going to be a standard
No
pen.
chance. It's 100% going.
Bottom right.
Oh,
Yeah,
great,
just
great
be a- just
penalty.
be a standard
Great
pen.
penalty.
Literally no reaction.
Real Madrid are ahead. Manchester City, I believe, have to score.
Right, who
the
are we
next
saying
one.
for City?
Foden.
Foden?
I think Stonesy.
Stonesy.
Stonesy's on it, and he'll score, but it's going to be too late.
So one of Walker, Stones and Foden would take
Madrid
it.
will not miss from here.
I don't think Foden takes one.
I think
Foden has to
I think he
take one.
takes the last pen.
Yeah.
Last one. Oh, is
Oh,
this
see it
him?
now. Here he is. I think
Phil.
Foden tucks it away.
Foden steps up for Manchester
Foden
City,
tucks it away.
and it's a goal.
Fucking pen.
Fucking hell.
Puts a bit of pressure back on Madrid.
So where's it now? 3-2? No, 2-1.
I think
2-1.
it's. No, I think it's technically, is it
Oh,
2-2?
can't
I
believe.
think it's 2-2, but Real Madrid.
Oh,
have
wait,
got
yeah,
another one
no,
to
yeah,
take.
Oh, Nacho never misses this.
Nacho.
Nacho never misses this.
It's captain,
Bit of a
though.
rogue shot.
I feel like these senior players, they just don't.
2-2. Real Madrid need to
These
score.
Centre backs are very good at penalties, though.
If they score, do they win then?
No.
Real Madrid. Another great penalty from Real Madrid here.
If City miss, Real Madrid win.
All comes down to this for Manchester City.
He just looked so
Stonesy.
chill about that.
Go on, Joe. Come on, John.
It's a great penalty, that, isn't it? Power, accuracy. Who's going to be up for Manchester City?
Edison. You're
Edison.
taking the piss.
Edison has decided to take the penalty.
If he misses, that's so funny.
Well, if he misses, Manchester City are out. What's Edison going to do? Edison steps up and scores a fucking fantastic penalty.
That's the best pen yet.
He's going to save the next one, isn't he?
Come on! No.
He's going to save it.
I actually want. I don't know why. English clubs.
Nah, I'm back in Madrid.
That's a
I have a
fucking,
soft spot for Madrid.
fucking right, Pen.
Yeah, that's a banger from Edison. I wouldn't have thought he would take him one. Absolute belter.
Rudy could miss this, you know. Rudy could miss.
This could go miles over.
Rudy could miss this.
I mean,
mate.
even if he misses, it doesn't matter. So
Yeah, Sunday.
if he scores, they win.
No, but it's back on level terms.
Scores, they win.
If he scores, Real Madrid are through.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he
I
misses...
think Rudy could miss it, though. I really do.
Rudiger steps up. Strange 2 last penalty takers. Rudiger for Real Madrid. And it's
Good
in.
penalty.
Real Madrid are through.
City are out.
Both English teams knocked out in one night.
So let's clarify, our entire predictions were wrong, Joe.
I don't need to hear that at this point.
I said 1-1, did I, at the end? You predictions, 1-1.
Oh.
No, I said Madrid will win on pens. So. Yeah.
Boys,
You're
it's been a
welcome,
good one. Let's call it. Thanks. There's no Proddy Harry to end the stream. Thanks for watching to the 3 people on TikTok today.
Mental.
We're still live right now, by the way.
That is the most classic way for Madrid to win. Ever.